All right, we're back. I think we have everything up and running correctly. We could go ahead and test. There's one. The kick one is definitely working. However, seems as if maybe the YouTube one is a little delayed. I feel like that's almost to be expected. There were some issues getting started with YouTube. I had to start the stream and then stop the stream and then restart it and everything. It was a little odd. All right, so like we do every time, I think we're going to start with just a little bit of an update on where we are, how things are going, and what we still have left to do. So to start with, right? We know end goal is to make all the mods start. We know we have 4 items left as of last time. And the one we're really focusing on was this dragon soul. And the thing we didn't have for it, other than waiting on the dragon egg, was the Gaia spirit, which is Botania, and is like, you have to go through all the way through Botania. So what we're doing today is finishing that up. Take that, copy it there, and we're going to paste it. So I'm thinking, there's a couple things we could do, but the top thing we're probably going to do is start with Botania to get that Gaia spirit, show you what we've done there. We had some stuff up here. We made some petals here. Then we took the living wood and living stone and we brought it all down here. And this was our like center of operations for everything, so to speak. So we've got our mana pool here. We got all of our spreaders in there. We did these endo flames. And I would come through and I'd drop coal blocks on all of these and feed it into the spreaders, which would then put it in the mana pool. You put a spark on top of it, and it'll connect to wherever you need to go. I would use these spreaders with the exact same setup and then have it either pointed at the altar or at this mana pool to make whatever we needed. So at this point, we have gone all the way through Botania. So we're not really worried about that anymore. We pretty much got it all done. Yo, Adam, how's it going? I'm not sure why YouTube chat's not showing up correctly. If we do that, it might. We'll see. But I can see your chat even though it's not on the screen. But yes, how's it going? How are you? We finished going through Botania earlier today in prep for fighting whatever their final boss is, and we're gonna get started with that in just a minute. First, I think we finished all of the draconic combs that we needed to make this guy, which means all we need to make the next piece is that guy's spirit, which we should get from this boss. All good. Just got my server up yesterday. Hey, that's exciting. I'm assuming it's an All the Mods 9 server. I know we talked about it a couple streams ago, but I definitely don't remember. All right. So from what I've read, once we start this thing, it like traps you in there and you can't leave, and it goes through a lot of different iterations of different things. But overall, that it's not a difficult fight, especially with the sword I have. That's my understanding of it. We're going to see if it actually plays out that way. Not the ritual grounds to check obstructions in the nearby area or large gaps on the floor. Do I need to just like clear out some space? Do I need to break these? Economy service shops and a couple plugs. Nice! Very cool. Oh, okay, so it's actually showing me what... So I need to flatten some of this area. Let's go grab some dirt. I know it does that so you can't get out during the fight, but it is just like ever so slightly inconvenient. Hey, there we go. Okay, so now, if you don't mind, Adam, try to send another test message. And let's see if it shows up in here. My understanding is that Botrix is the bot I'm using for chat. But I feel like I have to wait until it joins in order for YouTube chat to show up correctly, I think. Because that's the only way it has to monitor it. Yeah, okay, alright, we're working. Thank you very much for testing. Alright, so we're back to just using one chatbot again. Everything I've read about those is that, especially if you're streaming, it's incredibly difficult to get something to work with Twitch, YouTube, and Kick because YouTube is so difficult about it. What is this music? Oh. Okay. Alright. Now, I know this is supposed to be a boss fight, but I really hope that music is not, like, copyrighted. Because I can't turn it off or turn it down. I don't think it lets me hit it right now. I think I have to finish whatever these waves are that I'm going through. Bingo. Alright, so I should have picked up... I got 8 of them? Alright, that's nice. A heck of a lot better than just getting one. Oh, and there's a lot of other stuff I got from that. Very cool. Yeah, so that right there, that is the full Botania setup. That is everything that I had to do with Botania other than like one little pedestal and the living flowers up here. Alright. So now that we have this, I believe we can craft the Dragon Soul. So what kind of plugins did you use for the economy and stuff? Because I've had a couple different vanilla servers set up with economies, and I've always really enjoyed it. But I know there's a bunch of different plugins out there that'll do that for you. We're down to 3. Just 3 more items until we have all the mods start. And we may get another one today. I'm not entirely sure if we can work all the way through extreme reactors, but I'm thinking we probably can. I think there's a good chance that we can. Oh, it's like middle of the afternoon. Man, this rain is annoying. Alright, so the next thing we're kind of working towards here is the last piece I need for the Philosopher's Fuel, which is the Insanite block. There's a bunch of Insanite with an Inanite? Inanite? Which is just those ingots. But a lot of that has to go through this reprocessor thing. A lot of them are outdated. I wanted an up-to-date server. Yeah. Trying to get all those things on what kind of server do you set? Like I assume like a Spigot server, probably. I know they've got a marketplace for it, but a lot of those things you have to either pay for, and some of them can be kind of expensive, or they're outdated and they're free. But then you have to do a lot of configuration to get it set up right. And the problem I ran into more than that was a lot of the ones that, like, by default, you could get, they were so, like, either overpowered or underpowered, or like you can make a farm and get infinite money, or like there's so many different things like that that just weren't good. Spigot tried paper has too much problems. Yep. That is what I found out as well. Okay, so let's grab, I believe there's a book. Stream. Okay, so this is what we need to do. The beginning, ores. Spinonite, yellowite doesn't exist. I don't even know what that is. But we probably could find them pretty easily. First reactor. We need some reactor casing, some reactor ports, and a reactor controller, I believe. Sounds good. All right, reactor casing. What? Okay, good. I was gonna say there better be other ways to make that. Oh, we can make a lot of it. Reactor casing. We need a reactor controller. We're going to need some fuel rods. Make a lot of them. We will need some ports for sure. What do you put on top? The control rod. Yep. Oh, these take the casings. Okay. Let's think of how we want to do this. I know it'll have to be probably not much. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we do 8. I think we do 8. That seems to make sense in my head the way I'm counting it out. Grab some more reactor casing. The only thing I don't know how to do is cool it. All right, and then we're gonna need the ports. Energy. Which one is that? I'm not worried about how to make it. I'm worried more about which one I need. Oh, you know what? We just go back to the design. Yellowite. To build your first reactor, you need the following. So you need the controller, fuel rods, solid access point, an active forge energy tab. So solid access point. Those are reinforced. Not it. Got it. Solid access point. And then active for that one. Okay. All right. I believe this is everything we need. I'm almost positive. And I even created a little cute space over here so we could try it out. Is it nighttime? It's getting very close. I don't need the stick or the building gadget anymore, but I may need to consult. 4, 5. So here's what we're looking. 3, 1, like 1, 2, 3. So it would go fuel rod there. Fuel rod here. And a fuel rod there. Water. Yes, so we can't cool it with water. There's also some solid coolants that you can use. I was just more pointing out the fact that I don't know what I'm going to use, and there wasn't really anything in the book directly related to it. Those 2, 3, 2. How many? One more until it's a square? I think that's correct. I'm going to need a lot more casings and some more glass. Yeah, that looks correct. All right, let's get some more casings. I should have all the fuel rods I need. I think I just need these graphite bars. We're making graphite. Throwing coal through a furnace. Graphite. I wondered if I had done that. I have plenty of graphite because I sent a set of coal through at one point. I don't think... I mean, how expensive is the glass? It's really not that bad. I didn't have enough glass on hand. How much sand? 2.5 stacks. Let's make just a little bit more sand. I can't because they're dirt. We're gonna grab what glass we can, and we're gonna see how much we can do with it. All right. Reactor glass. That's just 60. It should. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't put it back. Okay. All right. So with that, we should be able to do quite a bit. And we put a full line up, and remember, I think these can pretty much go as tall as you want. 208, the height we went to here. 208, okay. Got it. .208, and then we need to, I believe we have to do like a solid top as well with the control rods built. Although, how come I can reach it on that side but I can't here? Dude, there we go. All right. Yeah, no, it just doesn't let me reach that far. That's weird. Okay, so from here, I know we're going to fill the top of this in, but I think we can match the pattern on the bottom since we're here already, and just make sure we have all the reactor casings in the right places. Just like that. And then we could also go ahead, set the top one, because the top one has to be like the controller, I believe. How did that place everything but like the one I wanted? All right. I do think I have to fill in between each of these with water, like you were saying. But I'm hoping that that's not too difficult to do. I may have to remove some of those blocks off the top. If I could control the hover more, it may make this a little bit easier. But since I know I can't, I don't even want to try to get frustrated and do that. So I know we're going to need at least one reactor. And then we're going to need to get a refiner as well. We're going to need some more of those. Fuel rods. I just kind of want to put all of these on the same side so I have access to everything right here. I know those go to the top. So that. Oh, that's right. I was going to try to do the glass. Well, let's do around these with those. And we can do above it with glass. Like so. Yeah, this is so much too powerful. And I think I was planning on doing these entire sides with glass as well. And hopefully this all holds up exactly like we want it to. I know this is not like the traditional first reactor. Like I'm not making the 9x9 or whatever. But I'm also like way further along in the mod pack than you usually would be when you're starting this. Just because my niotic reactors just got me so far. Alright. So I want to make sure I leave some of the sides out because I don't want it fully filled in yet. Oh good, I don't even have enough. Oh, I do have a whole another stack of 64. Okay, so we're going to wait until we get all the rest of the rods filled in. We get the controllers in on top. How many total we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total. And I think we just have 8. We need 5 more of those and some more of the rods. And then we're going to grab one of our internal buckets to fill in. All right, so reactor. We need some more of the rods. Bing bong, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Yeah, let's just grab a stack. Just grab, not quite a stack, but as many as we can. And then we need the reactor control rods. We're making a reactor, and we will probably, I think you can run it off of uranium, so theoretically we're gonna start really going with some stuff here pretty quick. We lost a match, but it was okay. How's losing funny? And did Dawson take offense to that? Because I feel like Dawson probably tried. Just knowing Dawson. Okay, so we got all those in. Get these guys in here, and we put the casings on the top. Why is there still an extra? Put that guy in. You and you. I think that's all of them. The cavalry is here. The Bing Bong cavalry. Oh, I needed to not do that. I forgot that I need to fill all these with water. And then you can put a cap on it. Alright, let's do that. There's the water. Get all the outside ones first, then we do the inside ones. Okay. And then now we can put the casings back on top. And then finish out the side, and hopefully it works. If not, I totally messed up on something. That's not reassuring. It didn't do what it's supposed to do. Oh no. What are we missing? Is it too big? sleep and get rid of the rain so that it's not annoying while we try to figure this out. It was 11-13. It was a good game. That's pretty close. That is pretty good. It shouldn't need power. It should create power. But when I finish making it, it should like snap together as a big multi-block structure. And it did not. I'm not sure why. It may be because some of these things need to be on like different sides. That could be it. I'm not sure exactly what the rules are. But that was not the right block. Does it have to be exactly cubed? It might. If nothing, right-click any block you place down. You'll get an error message. Should explain what happened. Oh. So it can only be 5 tall, max. Alright, well, that means it's, I'm gonna chop it down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to come down 3 rows. Honestly, we're just gonna do that. Don't really want to do that on all of these. We are going to have to break some of this at the top. We're going to get rid of all the water because it doesn't matter. And then because I just used coal for that, we can break all of that as well. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why it restricts you. That's weird. Because I know some of the other reactors don't. It's just the basic reactor, I guess, that can only do 5 blocks tall. Yep. We tried too hard, you know? But luckily, it's not hard to bring it down just a little bit. And we could, because it only restricts it, it says in that dimension, we could make it wider. But I honestly don't need it wider. I'm not actually going to use this for power at all. All right. We've got someone in here. It's basic parts and it can only be 5 by 5 by 5. Got it. So what I've seen in the past is it can only be 5 tall, but you can make it as wide as you want. Because I saw somebody on the subreddit for all the mods make some ridiculous one that was 5 tall, but like 128 wide both directions. And it really didn't produce that much power, and it was not very efficient. But now that I'm thinking about it, it was exactly 5 tall, and I wondered why, but it makes sense now, I guess. I think I have to take the glass down because the glass can't be on the edges. It has to be the solid reactor casings. And then we'll run reactor casings back up the corners and over the top. All right, let me make sure I didn't destroy too much reactor casing. No, we're good. So I just went down the sides a little bit. All right. We're just going to leave whatever's there because I know we're going to have more than enough blocks for this. That there. Okay, so now we need to put the water back in there. And hopefully this works. We need to put the fuel control rods on. Oh, those are the wrong things. I must have picked them up and they went in my backpack. Those guys. Checkerboard it. Like so. Put the reactor casings in between. And hopefully... So it can only be 5 by 5 by 5. Which way is X? Yeah, Y is up, X. I feel like at this point we should just start over. I gotta break all this water real quick or it's gonna make a gigantic mess. Alright. Break that. Break that. Grab the glass. All of this. And we'll grab this guy. Chunk destroy and have a stone brick. Dude, the chunk destroyer is honestly, it's a lot of fun, but it is really easy to go overboard with it. Like, incredibly easy to go overboard. Alright, so we're going to put this back here. And we are starting over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4, so I can go 1 taller. And I probably will. Alright, so if you're playing All the Mods 9 as well, what, because it takes like, no, it is so incredibly cheap to use, and the sheer amount of just pure destruction it can do is ridiculous. And especially, I mean, it basically has no size restriction on it. It's pretty crazy. Couple more. I think I can reach 3 down. Like so. And then we put the water in. Almost. We tried. You get points for trying, right? 3, 4. Then those guys on top. And then the casings in last. Yeah! It actually worked this time, now that we followed the rules and did it correctly. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that if you did it right, it would actually work? Not me. I didn't think that. I didn't think that at all. In fact, it's kind of crazy that I followed the rules and it actually works. All right, so I think first things first. Do we have to have 2 energy tap basic? I think that's what we're gonna put our. Honestly, I don't care about the power it's making, but I think we're gonna probably have to do something with it. So we'll add it to the flux network. This guy. Then we're gonna need to probably create an ender chest that's exporting all of our what's it called? Yep, words. Uranium. We're gonna need to put all the uranium in here. And then turn it on and see what happens. And hopefully it works. Let's see. Uranium, we've got it. Export bus, we don't have any extras. ME export. One of these little dudes. We are then gonna grab some acceleration cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to use an ender chest. I don't know what color yet, though, although we probably could do brown. I think I have a black one for the output already. Can't be black. We'll grab white wool. What color dyes do we have? We're gonna go with pink. I don't know why I just made one. I'm definitely gonna need at least two. Alright, there's another pink dye. Wool. White wool. And then we make these two ender chests. We're going to grab the ender chest that we already have in here. We're going to grab 3 diamonds. Not because we need to, but because we want to, and it makes the ender chest blue on the edges. Alright, so now come down here, place that guy there. Oh, I needed to grab some ender pearls too. That'll need to happen. We can do that up at the top though. We need the export bus. Select it, acceleration, and you get uranium. Perfect. So now we need to make that bigger using ender pearls. There they are. And then we need to hook it up to this guy. So literally all we're going to do is put that down there, diamond it, increase the size. Do I have an export? How do we get stuff out of here? I think I need another basic solid access port. So that way I can use one for in and one for out. Ideally, this would be fully automated. Basic solid access port. And then I can change it from the UI. I'm just going to do that. What else were we needing? We need the pipes and the wrench. Then we're going to put this guy. That is the wrong thing. Right there. And then access it. You're going to be outlet. And you're going to go to this. Want to go play Quicksand Saturday if the weather's good? 100% yes. I'm in. I'm sold. I am so down to do exactly that. In fact, it may be more than just me and you if you want to. Like, we could probably ask Tanner. Tanner Thomas might go. And for those who don't know, Quicksand is a golf course. We are now in the process of setting up plans to go golf. And Clay Martin also might be interested in coming. All right, outlet mode there. And then pulling out of that here. Which is then going to go into here. Let's let it rip. Let's see what happens. If it explodes, it explodes. If we die, we die. Actually, I don't think these reactors explode. I can't remember what mod pack that was a part of, but at some point there were reactors that if they got too hot, they could explode like a nuclear weapon. And that was super cool. I think it's working. It does not make hardly any energy, but it does work. I think it's going through that uranium pretty quickly. I don't know how much of this, whatever that is, it's exporting. But honestly, can you click, turn off the reactor, push the control rods all the way into the fuel rods, and hope for the best? I really don't know if I want to do that. I'm thinking I'm not gonna do that. I think that might be a great way to die. That sounds terrifying. Casing heat, core heat. It's stabilized. It's hot, but it's stabilized. Max capacity, 60 buckets. That's not bad. Make sure it's, yeah, it's outputting all of it. It's putting it all in here. Let's go see what it looks like. I think it's something like, I don't remember what it outputs. Moving all the power in my base. I'm going to try. Okay. You know what? You let me know. Reading that description of what happens, it sounds like it's going to explode. And I would really not, even like a 50-50 of it exploding. I would just like to not mess with that. That sounds like a great thing to not do. Especially not with like things that I actually need. Like the power for my entire base is like 4 or 5 blocks away. I'd rather not do it right there. So at extreme, no, it doesn't show up there. Probably don't have a lot of whatever it is outputting yet anyways. But I know it's like a light blue ingot. I remember that much. But I don't remember exactly what it is. YOLO. Yeah, that's one thing I don't think we're gonna YOLO. I don't think we're gonna do that. Oh, you know what though? Here's what we're gonna do. I was totally wrong about how to make that basic reactor, and Adam was totally right. So we're gonna throw Adam up on the board because I feel like he deserves it. A, for helping, and B, because I told him he was wrong, and he was in fact not wrong. So congratulations, Adam. You made it yourself on the wall of supporters. That's what we're calling this, at least. Thank you for assisting me in making the basic reactor. So the question next, how do we make it bigger and better? Are you really already on there? I'm not going to lie, there's so many names on here, I'm starting to forget who's on there. Where are you on at? Looking for it. Jay, Luca, Framingham, Carly, Jada. Do you want me... Okay, are you saying that now you're on there, or are you saying that you were on there already? Because I thought I had... It is ringing a bell now. I thought you were here. I just don't see you there. But now you're there for sure. I'm not sure why it wasn't. 1.3 million FE. That's all it's outputting? In a past stream. Okay, gotcha. Well, I don't know. That's odd. But it's definitely there now. Let's do this. Let's go back to our book. What do we do to make more extreme reactors? Because we got that one. Is that all this book is? Oh, no. The reactor, the turbine, reactor, reactants. Okay. Literally the fuel, stains nuclear. Okay. Produced in the reprocessor by converting waste into new fuel sources. So we definitely want to make the reprocessor. How to build? Well, that is ridiculous. 3x3x7 casing blocks, and one of each of the other device parts. Okay. That doesn't seem hard. Let's do this. Reprocessor casing. This is what it outputs. So this is... Well, you're not on there yet, but you definitely should be. Let's fine. We'll add you, and then we're gonna go work on other stuff. Just because you're needy. And you wrote it in all caps, which made me feel like ever so slightly bad because you have been here for basically every stream. Alright? So, fine. As you wish. But I'm putting your gamer tag on there, not your actual name. Merry Christmas. You hate me? Why do you hate me? I had most everybody. You know. Yeah, honestly, you're the easiest one to forget. Merry Christmas. Let's make reactor casings. No. Bro, you moved, alright? You brought this upon yourself. For those who don't know, Intrim and I used to live 3 minutes from each other, like in real life. He was right down the road. It was great. We had a great thing going. And then he decided to move to a town 3 hours away. And now all of his family, I see more than him. Which is weird. It's weird. Don't get me wrong. But he brought that upon himself. I didn't choose that for him. Okay, so how do I only have one of these cyanite ingots? Because I'm pretty sure these things should be outputting... Or am I getting dust? It doesn't look like I'm getting the dust. You know what we could do is turn off. So the waste is being auto-ejected into there like it should be. But I don't have a good way of seeing exactly what that is. Alright, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Now let's figure out. See, that it looks like that block, right? However, this is what I think. Maybe I'm getting plutonium from it. But I thought I was going to get cyanite. We could go see. Let's search. We'll just search our inventory for that. Extreme. There's no way it's just outputted 1 ingot of it, right? I mean, it could be slow, right? Give it credit there. Could be just really slow. But I just feel like it would have outputted more than 1 ingot of it by now. Maybe that's just me. So let's do this. Because we know it's going to take a lot of those. What are the odds? We can speed it up. Is it that slow? Is there any other way to make the cyanide? Because you have to have that for the reprocessor casings, and you need a lot of it. Like, or is the play just to make more basic reactors so it's faster? I'm starting to realize that maybe I should have started on this a lot earlier in the mod pack. Because if it's going to take this long just to get started, that's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, because, I mean, we're talking a 3x3 structure, which is 9 on each level, 7 tall. You're looking at exactly 63 blocks, which you've got some output and input, right? But you're still looking at least in the high 50s. Make a bigger one out of advanced parts. Okay. Now that seems to make a lot of sense to me. So you need, is there a size limit on the advanced ones? And does it use the exact same, you know, like, can I still use my uranium for that? It is burning through uranium pretty quickly. Uranium's not hard to get, though. I'm not worried about that. Because if I could make a bigger one and just make it the size of this thing. Also, does it have to be like a cube? Or can I just literally make it whatever size I want as long as I checker pattern the rods? I wonder if the book... Well, the book literally just says basic stuff. The reprocessor, the fluidizer, reactor, inner workings. I understand the concept of these. Their basics, I would do a big cube. Okay. We're going to do that. Heats fuel up. Get away from the fuel rods with the casing. Casing. Okay. All right. I don't think we're really using any other reactants can be produced. Each type of fuel has its own properties differently inside the reactor. Other mods and mod packs. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Because we have a lot of stuff. Advanced. Or is it reinforced or is it advanced? So we're making a reinforced one, right? That's the advanced one, or is there an actual like advanced reactor? These, I'm gonna say it. This book, absolute garbage. There's absolutely. Okay, good. No. You're totally fine. As long as we're on the same page here, we're good to go. So I don't need any of the basic stuff for it. We're gonna dump all of that. And if we happen to be able to use some of it for something, that's fantastic. We're going to keep the pipe and the wrench, throw the coal dirt, that. Keep the water for now because we're going to use the same reactant. We need more graphite bars. Grab me some blocks of coal real fast. Should have more than enough graphite to get us through whatever we're going to do at this point. Throw it all back in there. We're going to make a very, very large reactor. Like, very large. Probably unreasonably large. But if we can get that cyanite faster, then we're rocking and rolling. Steel. So I need to make more steel. All right, I'm going to check Discord. Give me 2 seconds here. Look on the phone. For blasting, we need steel dust. So move that there. We may need to make some more hammers. Actually, we need more coal. I think I pulled up all my coal seeds. Let's do this. Make that a little bit easier for us. Should have more than enough coal now. Let me go grab some iron. And some sticks. Oh, all back. There they are. And then we're just gonna make a bunch of iron hammers really quick. Put one of them in here with the iron ingots, make a bunch of iron dust. Oh, and then what were we looking for? Reinforced steel ingots. That's what we needed, which is blasting of steel dust, which you make with the hammer and all of that. Pretty sure I made more hammers. That used all of those hammers? Oh, that's ridiculous. That's insane. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. We got the steel. Ooh. Now those look super clean. I like those a lot. I really do. Those look really good. All right. More casings. Advanced reactor casings. These guys. Oh, I got to throw all the steel in there. Okay. Now let's make and plan first, I guess, an absurdly large one. I'm gonna probably do it. Let's do like 3 blocks away. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That look about right? Got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This thing's gonna be gigantic. 6, 7, 8, 13, 15. Come on, 15. You know, it may even be worth taking off the jetpack just for these parts here. Just so I don't fly up so high. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Now, Adam, since you were the expert on this, does what I'm doing seem to make sense? I think I went 1 too high on all of those. Because 15 is what I added to it, not what it was. So let's do this. Put that back on. Come over here and we're going to take 1 off of each of these. Okay. Now, is this a ridiculously big? Am I overfilling my shoes here? Or should this accomplish exactly what we want to do? Because I feel like we're on the right track here. I do think it's ridiculous, and I think it's going to be way bigger than anything reasonable. But I feel like we should be able to get a lot of the ores we're looking to process quicker. Okay. All right, so that's the frame of it. So now we definitely need to fill in the bottom. I'm starting to think I may not have enough reactor casing. As long as it's X by X and not X by Y, I think it will work. Okay, good. We're making a gigantic reactor. We made a small one, and it works. Proof of concept. And so now we're making an advanced one, which is a gigantic reinforced reactor. Basically, I did, I think, 15 blocks in every dimension. So it should be 15 by 15 by 15. Missed one there. Whatever shall we do? Yeah, we did not make anywhere near enough reactor casing. Oh. Just in case Dawson didn't see it. They look great. All right. We got that done now. We are going to need advanced rods, that's for sure. But I don't plan on doing all of this in glass. So we're going to go around and fill as much of this in with the casing as we can. Oh, I should use a building one. That's a fantastic idea. How do I break the teleport pad without losing? I don't know if you can. I think even with Silk Touch, you lose it. Let me test. Now, even with Silk Touch, you lose it. We're going to put that back. I don't think there's any way to do that. Go throw this back down. Or at least I've never found a way. I don't know if there is or not, but I don't know what it is if there is. I'm gonna be honest, I knew the builder tool exists, but that mostly just works for like general Minecraft stuff, max 9 blocks. That's not what we want. Does that ought to work? I think I already have. We're gonna give it a shot. I wonder if this does work. Because I know it works for a lot of the Minecraft stuff, but I don't know if it works for like... Oh, it does. Okay, perfect. So, right there. It is not placing. There it goes. Oh, it's so much easier. I like how it has no idea what they look like, but it's still doing it anyways. Alright, so we're going to need a lot more reactor casing. Like a lot more. A reactor. Let's just search for reinforced. Reinforced reactor. This stuff is what we need for sure. We're out of steel again. There's those. Iron blocks. Make an inventory full of hammers. Heck. Why not two? I do need those iron blocks for it though, so maybe not too much more. Then steel powder, blasting steel dust with a hammer. Okay, all right. That ought to get us started. Yeah, if you find a way to pick up those all the mod teleport pads without breaking it, let me know, because I got nothing. Reinforce. Alright, that's a lot more. A lot more. I don't want to do the top yet. We're going to do this side. Stand there. I missed one line. Got it. All right. It's all coming together. This is going to miss the two closest to me. We can just fill those in, no problem. Do the same thing here. Stand here. All right. So now we just have the front. Honestly, yeah, we're just going to keep going. I don't plan on using any glass on this. Are we out? You know what? It was a good run, and we got a lot of that filled in. We're going to need about the same amount, though, overall, because we're going to have to fill in like half of the top. But we're getting really close, and we're going to have to make 1,000,000 of whatever the advanced reinforced rods are. These guys. That's going to take so many of those. Oh, and each one of those needs uranium. We may have to take our builder out, or what is it? The digital miner out and get some more uranium. But we ought to make that work. I think we can make it work. For now, though, we need more steel, which is going to take, first of all, more coal. A lot more coal. Because it takes 4 coal for each steel, so we're going to make just enough to get us there. Steel ingots, steel dust, move it. Perfect. Alright, now I don't want to make all of this into casing. I want to leave some of it out. So let's just make 1 stack of casing real fast. Move it. Throw all the steel back in there. I didn't want to just... I just gave you all the steel. That's odd. Very odd. I don't know why it didn't refill. It had all of it there. Now I know I'm going to use like the control things will go on here. But for now we're going to do that. 35 is not going to be enough to fill it all up. But that's okay because we're going to have to focus on the rods and the things that go on top of them for now. Okay. We're going to need so many of those. Let's go. So all of our uranium's gone from here. Let's grab... Miner, not there. Did I have it in here? Where did that go? Oh, I still have it going. I forgot. We left it. We abandoned it. Our child. So what's really cool about this guy... I have the... Yeah, still there. Okay. Is that you set him, and he will just mine. So we're going to take this. We're going to go probably back to the mining dimension. And I know I've already done like right inside the mining dimension, so what we probably do is RTP. Set this guy up. I wonder what the max distance you can do on a digital miner is. Digital miner. Max distance. Because I think I have it in there. But I'm not entirely sure what the actual physical max is. Is there a way to increase it? 32 seems to be the limit. Oh, you can change the configs though. Fascinating. Yeah, so that's what I have this set at currently, and I thought it was. We've got it set at 32. And we've got it set just, it literally is only going to mine uranium. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to grab a bunch of that. And it usually gives me about 4.5 stacks. We're going to go back and make as many of these reinforced fuel rods as we possibly can. It looks like we're also going to need a lot of glass for that too. So while this is running, actually I RTP'd. I can't get back to this, so we're not leaving yet. We're gonna let this guy run through the next 95 real quick, and then we'll pick him up, take him back, craft what we can. I wonder if there's a quicker way to get uranium. Because I know it's not like super common to find like it mining. Like I know it's there, but not like super common. Oh, none of that matters. I do think I can add more energy and speed. I think I did 6 of each. Yeah, 6 out of 8. So we could make this thing go a little faster if we wanted to. Which it's looking like we might want it to. Granted, we've already got 6 out of 8, so it's only going to go marginally faster. But still. Something, you know? Maybe the most profound thing you hear from me tonight. Alright, we got all that. Grab it. Grab you. /home. We have some uranium now, which means that we can craft some of these. Oh, we gotta smelt it first. Now, I wonder if you can crush uranium to be able to make more of it. Only 3. We need so much more glass. All right, let's do this. I know it's not going to be hard to do that, but we're going to have to turn off the auto import of the dirt so that we can make glass from the essence. And then we wanted the speed upgrades. That's right. Speed upgrades. These guys, we need 2 of them. And while we're at it, I'm sure the energy upgrades help in some way. Those guys, 2 of them. And we're going to install... Did I only make 1? No way that takes glass too. I wonder if I've just got a random other piece of glass. I do. Gotta love it. Alright, we got 3 of those reactor fuel rods. We are going to start like that. Here, 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 and then that one will be the long one. Alright, we got that. That'll be easy. Not worried about that. Let's go back to the mining dimension. We RTP again. And this time, we're going to install the upgrades. Really, we're just doing this while we're waiting for that dirt essence to fill back up. Once we have enough dirt essence, we can craft a bunch more glass, and we won't have to worry about any of that other stuff. Upgrades you and you. So now we should be 8 out of 8. Okay, 10x. That's pretty good. And that is going actually noticeably faster. I'm very glad we did that. So, we're going to need an absolute crap ton of those. The rods, we're going to need the ones that go on top to control the rods and fuel. And then we're going to need just the 3 other reinforced blocks to well, 4. 1 for import, 1 for output, and then we should be rocking and rolling. I'm very curious to see how much energy a reactor of this size outputs, because hopefully it's a lot. That other reactor we built puts out 9,000 RF per tick, which is, put that in perspective, the smaller 3x4 structures, the niotic ones we have, put out over 200,000 and max out at 250,000. So it's like, I almost wouldn't have even added it to the energy network if it didn't have to be added, right? Like if it didn't need an energy output, I wouldn't have even added it because it's not even going to matter. We got this now. Let's go see. Let's see how the dirt is producing and if we have enough to make a substantial amount of sand yet. Sand. You craft it. What mods are the reactors you use on? They're in the Powa mod. And they're the top tier, the niotic ones. I made 20 of them. But they are these guys right here. these nitro reactors. And they put out, I think it's like 200 or 250 RF per tick, generating 225 FE per tick. Sorry, I was using the wrong calculation there. We just have them all hooked up to the flux network. So, I mean, theoretically, what is that? If we did, it'd be 1 million per 4. But we've got 20. Theoretically, we could do like 5 million RF per tick, which is, I mean, way more than I'm really ever going to use, at least with the stuff I have right now. Now, I do think we're going to get into some stuff pretty quickly that we'd use more. As we try to make the antimatter, but other than that, kind of rocking and rolling. All right. We have glass now. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that for a little bit. What reactors do you usually use? Do you usually use the extreme ones? Or the reactors from Extreme Reactors? What are we looking for here? Reinforced reactor. Fuel rods. Need a bunch of those. Up to uranium, make as many as we can. Oh, we ran out of steel. Need to make some more of that. Let's see if we can get a base down. All these. Alright, why is my frame rate so low? Like, you can feel the frames. But only when I'm right here. Maybe it's trying to gauge when the multi-block structure is done. It's having a... I only have one, and it's the extreme reactors and the smallest one. Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you what. If you get just a little bit of some resources going, and you figure out how to do the infusion stuff, those niotic reactors are pretty insane. And the only thing I have set up auto importing to it is the uranite, and that's like the main fuel. They also take redstone, coal, and ice, but you don't ever have to replace that very often. And so I'll show you here in just a sec. Have you looked at making the alloys, all the modium alloys? That's what I really used it all for, because to make those alloys, efficiently you need to make them as blocks, and that takes like 1 to 2 billion RF to make a single one of those alloys, which is ridiculous. But if you have a power setup like that, it makes it a lot quicker. All right, so that's 1 out of 13 layers of reactor fuel rods. What have I done? What have I done? That's too high. I want to do at least 2. I don't want to hover. We'll just crouch. So that is mostly what I used all the power for. I don't really need... I mean, I use like 2,000 per tick now with all the rest of the stuff that I have. So currently there's not a gigantic need for it, which is why I don't really have to worry about it. Also, I have my mystical agriculture farm growing the fuel that he uses, so I also never have to worry about that. And it auto crafts it from the essence into the fuel as well, and then auto exports it to all the reactors. It's incredibly automated and a ridiculous amount of power to have that kind of level of automation for. Yeah, so like on the Aldermont Star, all of these alloys that go around the edges, you have to take a block of Piglich Heart, a block of Aldemodium, and a block of Unobtainium. You stick it on this guy, and it takes like, I think, 2.1 billion RF. We can test it out. Search for blocks so I can grab all 3. The Piglich Heart, the Aldemodium, and where's our Unobtainium? One of these guys. The real reason I set it up was so that I didn't have to worry about it. So passively, we have all the power to make this. Oh, I forget it. It's 8.1 billion. So what it's going to do currently is pull out of all of the buffers for all of those reactors. And I have enough in the buffers to fully do one of these blocks and not have to worry about it going down. So it doesn't actually start pulling from what the reactors are creating. It just pulls out of the buffers for it. So that is why we have the setup. And you have to get into the power mod anyway to create these things, because you have to have the energizing rods. And I would recommend making a lot of them, because I don't remember what these things are capped at, but I think it's capped at like 20 million RF per tick. So you have to have a bunch to try to make this go faster. But if you can look, the first 6 numbers are not going down at all, because it's just pulling from the buffers, and that's how much it can pull at any given time. And then we head over to the reactors, and they are still, they still have a little bit stored. So that's why I have it. That's what it's used for. And that's why I never got into extreme reactors, because I never needed it, right? Like, there was never a reason to get a reactor that could pull more than what those created, because I had 20 of those, and they created more than I could really reasonably use at any given time. All right, let's see. So for this, we're missing steel. I wish we had an easier way to create steel. Apparently I have some raw iron, not a lot. Create some more iron dust. We're gonna need a bunch of it anyways. And then let's see, how much coal do we have on hand real quick? 2,000. I think that's gonna be quite enough. I think a little bit more. Yeah, I'll admit my my power setup is kind of insane and relatively unneeded in most cases. If I wasn't going for the all the mod star and having to make, like, I think it's like 27 of those blocks to go all the way around the edges, I probably wouldn't have done it. All right, we're gonna say it's enough coal for now. I'm definitely gonna need more hammers. There's no question about it. We're gonna run out of hammers before we run out of anything else. Yep. Yep. Good to know. I'm gonna start getting to create. Do I need more than 2? Honestly, I don't think I've ever used power in create at all. Granted, I haven't done a lot with create, so let's preface that. But create is more like kinetic power than RF. So to give you an idea, to craft the all the mod star, you have to have power to turn this gear, right, to make the mechanical crafter. And to do that, I've got this steam engine that pulls water out of here into these 4 fluid tanks, and then just turns the gear into a gearbox and rotates that gear in front. So it's more kinetic power rather than RF. All right, so we said we needed to make more hammers, I believe, because we are fresh out of those. What are the odds that works? Would have been really cool if it did. All right, throw all those back in there. Create a couple more inventories full of iron hammers. You know, I really should use platinum or something other than iron for these hammers. I really should. But not this time around. Steel ingot. Blasting. Steel dust. Move it. As many as we can make. Alright, I mean, we got a full inventory full of steel. That's a good sign. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure all my uranium's going to be gone. I don't think there's any question about that, because it's all going to get, automatically pull out. Let's grab that and that. I'm not going to get that much uranium from one trip anyways. We're going to come back in here. We're going to slash RTP. Look for a random location. We are going to plop our digital miner down. Hook up some power on the side. And then tell it to start. And it's going to find us a whole crap ton of uranium. that we're going to use to make entirely into fuel rods. Because we decided that we hated ourselves, and then we needed, apparently, some absurd number of fuel rods for our 15 by 15 reactor. So if it's every other block, 15 by 15 by 15, well, actually it's the inside. So it would be 13 by 13 by 13, and then that divided by 2. So total, that doesn't make sense. It would have to be an even. So 13 one direction by 13 the other direction, right? Because it's the inside volume times another 13 high. Actually, no, it's not that. It's just 13 by 13. 13 times 13 is 169 divided by 2. It's gonna give me half either way. Either way, it's about 1100, which is a lot of fuel rods to make. That's a lot of steel to make just in general. That's kind of ridiculous. But we brought it upon ourselves. We're going to stand by it because it will probably produce, we're going to say oodles. It'll probably produce oodles of power. Or at least hopefully it does. I would like for it to. Make the rest of the steel what we can. Now's a good time to test out our hammer theory. Throw that there. It does, which means we need to do that. Because we're kind of running a little bit short on uranium as is. So if we can double it, we might as well. Jordan Young, yo, what's up? How's it going? How's your day? You're currently in the process of making a ridiculous reactor that serves no practical purpose other than hopefully allowing us to start producing enough cyanite to get further in extreme reactors quicker than as we are currently progressing. How many do we have? Is it that? Yeah, because we have 6. We've been playing for like an hour and a half, and we have 6. That's absurd. Yo, I just wanted to pop in and say I've used some of your YouTube vids to help with the problems I have. I appreciate you get straight to the point, and a lot of people just milk a 2-minute video to 30 for no reason. Yeah, I don't do that. And a lot of that comes from the fact that I took some speech classes in high school, and the one thing that I took from that is that people are more likely to listen to you if you have something to say, right? Which I do. I mean, helping people make Minecraft servers is, something that I have to say, and it's something I can help people with. And B, they're more likely to listen if you get straight to the point, so I'm glad you appreciate that. That's certainly my communication style. And I don't know. You're not the first person that's jumped in here and told me that they've used my videos to help make Minecraft servers. So the fact that there are people out there that my videos actually help and they make life easier for people, I think that's pretty cool. So I really appreciate you hopping in to say that. That's very nice. That's certainly why I make the videos. I work in IT professionally, so a lot of making Minecraft servers, especially from certain aspects of Java and different things like that, it just makes sense to me. And a lot of times those things just don't make as much sense to other people who don't have to work with that every single day, right? So the fact that I have some knowledge I'm able to share and communicate it in a way that people can understand and actually use is pretty neat. So again, I appreciate you hopping in to say that. Thank you. I don't take that for granted. His streams are great, his videos are better. Just a nice dude. All right. Now you're being a little over the top there. I don't know. No, honestly, I don't know how to deal with compliments. Thank you, though. I appreciate you saying that, Adam. You doing that made my life easier. You know what? I'm glad. I am glad. There are, like, today I helped several people in the Discord that were having problems making MC Eternal servers get theirs set up. I will say 90% of the time, if somebody has a problem with a Minecraft server, it's because of Java. But there have been some other weird issues we've seen, but I enjoy helping people. That's why I got into IT. And so I don't mind. I get a lot of people that come from my YouTube videos and join my Discord just to ask me for help on how to do different things. And I enjoy doing that. That's why I'm in IT in the first place. So it's fun. You got donos on. I do have donos on. But I don't do that through YouTube. I'm not monetized on YouTube yet. I also don't have the ability to get channel members yet. I'm still trying to grow and get to that point. But if you go to my Discord, there's a whole channel, text channel on the side that I have that's for, it's got my PayPal on it and all of that. Also, actually, I don't know if let me try this real fast. Donate. Let's see if that works. What are the odds? It does not work. I do have, let me see if I can find it real quick. Here. What are the odds it's going to go through? No, there's no way that's going through. Let me, I think I have to pull this up. I do have the link. I just, like I said, I don't have that on YouTube yet, but it's not hard to get. There, here. There you go. If you want it, it is there. Should be. Yep. But again, there's no pressure on that. I would love, this is me just being idealistic, right? I would absolutely love to turn content creation into a full-time job. I thoroughly enjoy doing this. I enjoy playing Minecraft, and I think it's neat that there's a lot of people that also enjoy that and want to learn how to make Minecraft servers and do cool stuff like that. If I get into any custom coding stuff, I think it would have more of a chance to do that. I just don't have a lot of time to do it. But I would love to turn content creation into a full-time job, but I don't have that luxury yet. So, point being, what I was trying to get to is there's no pressure on donations or anything like that. That's not the reason I do this. Which is honestly kind of nice. Like, I don't have to worry about the stress of doing it every day to make money, right? I can just do it to have fun and enjoy it and get to meet people and hang out with honestly a really cool community. I feel like I see, at least on Twitch or on Twitter and a lot of other places like that, a lot of toxic people that'll join streams. I've never had a single toxic person or mean person or anything like that say anything unkind. Everybody that joins my streams are just like legitimately nice people that are having a great time. And I think that's really neat. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I definitely don't take that for granted. All right, we need a lot more coal. We need a lot more steel. And then we'll go grab however much more uranium we need to make some more control rods. But if you look, I mean, we're starting to get pretty full. Like, how many more layers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have like 6 layers left? Yeah, 6 layers. Because that top one's not going to be the rods. We're getting pretty close there, man. All right. What are we doing? We're making steel. Because that is what we are out of. Steel dust. Hammer. Gonna make a whole bunch of it. And throw it all in here. There we go. What's your profile pic on Venmo? There's 2 that pull up. Well, I can tell you momentarily. Because to be honest with you, I have no clue. It is a picture of me and my wife, but it's John-Hall-199. So it's a picture of me and my wife. I have dark hair and a black shirt on. That should hopefully narrow it down for you. Reactor fuel rod. So we need to go grab the uranium for that. Head back to the mining dimension. /RTP. Random location. Slap our little digital miner down. That guy there. Start her up. We should get about 118 said. Which, I mean, that's not bad. I'm not going to complain about that at all. That's pretty good. We're going to do that so we don't have Chrome open taking up all of our RAM. So that'll make about 2 stacks worth. 2 stacks worth of rods. Not a ton. So we may take it, RTP again, and then throw it back down and just go through it all again. Because I don't know why, before we were getting like 4 stacks a stop. I don't think I decreased the size or anything. We can check the config once I'm done though. Let's pick it up. Why does it look like it's about to rain? RTP again. Throw those guys in our inventory, slap it down, put it there, start her up. Yeah, that's better. That's like 300 or something. That'll be a lot more uranium. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's incredibly kind of you. Dude. I mean, that'll definitely buy me lunch. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Here, this is going to stay chunk loaded because I don't really need my homes. Let's do set home ATM. Yeah, no, I got it. I got it. It came through. And then we're gonna go /home. That's the first donation I've had on stream. So first of all, thank you very much. I do sincerely appreciate that. That's incredibly kind of you. And second of all, I've got a wall of supporters, is what I've called it. I'm going to come up with a more clever name at some point. But there are a lot of people on there that have hopped in stream. They told me jokes, made me laugh, that kind of thing. It being my first donation ever on stream definitely qualifies you for a spot on the wall. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. Enter. Bingo bango. Congratulations. You made yourself on the wall. So seriously, thank you. I appreciate that. That's incredibly kind of you. It's kind of cool that even though I'm not monetized, you know, people that enjoy it can do that. You can use this. My home is called Hellcat American. If you want, you know what? You know what? That sounds super cool. We're definitely gonna put that up there. Does that look right? That look good to you? So what we're gonna do long term, what we're looking at, is once this wall fills up, we may have to increase it by 1. We are going to create the All the Mod Star, which we are now 3 blocks away, and we're working on this one. And then once we're done, once we have the All the Mod Star, it's going to go right there, and then we're going to set a nuke off in the middle of this base and absolutely blow the heck out of everything. So we're like looking at maybe 3, 4 more days until we're going to do that. So you're on the wall, and so whenever we blow it up, your name will be right there. So that'll be cool. Home, ATM. We should get back to here. Hopefully. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting close. Yeah, well, welcome to the wall. Fix the /home timer. I keep trying to change it from 30 minutes, but it never works. Yes, I do, in fact, know exactly how to do that. And because we're waiting on this, I will even show you. Let me go find where all of my worlds are stored. Are you talking on a server or on a single player world? I can do either one. I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing here. There's slightly more specific information for single player versus an actual world. Yeah, I can do that too. I can show you exactly how to add more homes. Conveniently, it's all in the same exact thing. Here's what we'll do. Break that. RTP. And I'm assuming we're talking on an all the mod server. I think those are the only questions I have. Single player versus... Actually, you know what? I bet you'll be able to figure it out either way. That only had 73. That's ridiculous. Bisect hosting. Using 4 PBs. Yeah, so there's a couple places. So for this is where I'm storing it, but you're looking under where's it at? Where's the world folder? All the bots 9, so that's the instance. Here, give me 2 seconds. Let me go find the actual server. Why is there no world folder? Go back, CurseForge. Is it install? No, that's not it either. All right, so we're gonna bail on that. We're gonna go over to my actual All the Mods 9 server that we have set up. Minecraft server. Here, I'll show you with the All the Mods 8 one. If you're on a server, your server folder is gonna look something like this. This is the one I have set up for All the Mods 8. It's going to look exactly the same. Don't worry too much about that. Default configs will change some things, but they're not like the primary source of truth as far as like configuration changes go. What you really want to do is you want to go to your world folder, and inside of here, there's going to be this server config folder. Go into there, and then I think the one you're looking for is this Feed the Beast Essentials one. So if we open that up, it's going to look something like this. And for the things you're looking for the teleportation related ones, which is going to be like, like your cooldown for /back/home is what you're looking for. You're going to want to change your cooldown to 0. That's what I set mine at. So again, that's in the world folder, the server config, Feed the Beast Essentials. And then or if you just like Control F in here and you search for home, it also gives you how many homes you can do. Default is 1. I always set 3 as a max for all of my servers because I find that's a lot more helpful. But that's what you're looking for. I did do false instead of timer to 2, but it still says 30 minutes no matter what. So what I would do is I would change it here in the world server config, Feed the Beast Essentials, and then also change it in the default settings. If you save it in both locations, is there another bind for it? What Word/reader application are you using? I don't know if there's an easy way to do that. But if you scroll down, all the home stuff is right next to each other, right? Like it's all in the same place. So like the total max number of homes, that's going to be right there, and it'll probably be, I think it's right above the teleportation. I don't even know how to answer that. Okay, so there's a bunch of different applications that can like read Word documents. You have actual Word, and then you have like Notepad, and you have Notepad plus plus, and like there's a bunch of different ones. That's kind of what I was asking. So it depends on what application you open the file in, but RTP. But yeah, that's all I meant by that. Slap this back on here. Start it up. 250. That's a good one. Most likely Word. Yes, it's probably Word. I'm not entirely sure what Word does. I don't really know how to search. I would think Control F probably for Word. But if Control F isn't working, then it may not. You may just have to scroll through it. Either way, if you're trying to configure it, there's a lot of settings in there that are worth looking at, like the /back command, the /spawn command, the obviously /home, RTP. You probably want to change settings on that, especially if it's a server you're going to have other people playing on. For my single player one, I have it set to like a max of 25 million blocks in either direction. But for anything that I set up on my local one, oh, bisect hosting. I forgot you were doing it hosted. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they, what kind of reader or word editor they would have. I have no clue. I'm not familiar with bisect hosting. Most of my stuff I host on my own equipment, or I've done Apex hosting once, but I didn't actually manage that. I just paid for it, and one of my friends actually set it up. But I know that those are the two places that those configuration settings can be set. And so if they're set identical in both locations, that will be, the changes on your server should take place. But like I was saying, it's also worth changing the RTP settings, because if you have it set at default where people can RTP as far as they want, you get a lot of chunks loading, and it can make your server run really, really slow. It's more fun, but it also does really decrease performance. /home. All right, we got a bunch of raw uranium, which we can make a bunch of uranium dust out of with our hammers. Let's toss that, put that in there, dump all of that. Should get about 1,200 uranium out of that hull. Maybe? Let's see. Got a lot, I'll tell you that. Definitely enough to make some more of these. Yeah, just 3. Okay, so we're out of glass. Let's do that then. Let's make some sand. Through the word file, it doesn't give me an option to change a timer. It just shows my players. If I do default config, it shows up and never saves. So you may be looking. I want to make sure you're in the right spot. Pull this up again real quick. So it shouldn't show your player's teleportation history. I think that may be the wrong thing. You're opening the Feed the Beast Essentials file, right? Open file location. And so that's under world and server config. Just making sure you're in the right place. So in your server files under world and server config. Looking for sand, I believe. Sand. Yo, what's up, Alexander the Great? That is a very cool. What is that? Cat with glasses? Very neat. Alright, so we're going to make some glass. Then I think we should be able to make some more of those reinforced fuel rods. And hopefully we were pretty close on that. Let's see. Open world file. It pops up data so that I click and there's 6 links or whatever. World file and data. Open world. So data is there. Is there no other options in the world file other than data? There should be more options in there. So just so you can see, this is what my world file looks like. There should be a lot more in there than just the data folder. Oh, you can, my camera's covering it. There you go. There should be a lot. Because yeah, under data and users and whatever, you can find some stuff there. You're looking for world and then you're looking for server config. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. No, you should have more than that. But yeah, I'm not sure why you don't. All right, so we're looking for reinforced reactor. Hopefully it didn't cost too much because yeah, that's a little bit absurd. All right, a little more than 3 stacks. Maybe that'll get us close to finishing this thing up. And then once we got it finished up in here, we can throw water. And then hopefully put the top on, grab the 3 or 4 control blocks. And then maybe have ourselves one of the most insane reactors I've ever seen. Either way, we're getting close. Well, I didn't necessarily mean to put... Oh, I can reach 3 blocks. I forgot about that. Forgot that I don't remember which one, but one of my things gave me an increased reach height, which is incredibly handy. Oh, I missed one. Either way, we're getting very close. I don't think this is going to be enough. I don't think we're quite going to finish it up with what we've made here, but I think we are getting close enough where maybe 1 more trip or maybe 2. And we should have it finished up there. We go. Just while I'm here already, we might as well make all these 3 high so it's uniform. And then we can start working through the middle again. Not enough control rods. I'm gonna hop out, gotta work 5 a.m. Ooh. 5 a.m. is rough. I have a hard time getting out of bed at 8 and I work fully remote from home. No, I appreciate you being here. And if you can't get it figured out and you do end up self-hosting or something like that, I can always show you how to do it. But no, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I definitely will. I'll enjoy lunch on you for sure. Heck, I may even post something in the Discord about what I'm getting. Gotta love construction. That's neat. So I work in IT now, but I spent an entire summer doing construction in the dead heat of Texas, like 115 every day. Not fun. Not fun. I can tell you that. But best of luck to you, and thank you very much again for hopping in and for the support and the love. I appreciate it. All right, we're getting close. We're getting so incredibly close to having that thing full. Good night. I can't. Maybe I'll hop in Discord and see. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. You have a good one. All right. So what are we missing? We're missing steel. Smelting steel dust. We're missing some coal. So let's uncraft just a little bit of this. I want to clean out the inventory a little bit so I have some more space. And then we're going to throw all of this back in there. We may do 2 full inventories worth. Just kind of see how that goes. All right. Reactor fuel rods. Again, we're just making steel smelting, steel dust, move items, make a bunch of it. Hopefully we don't run out. Hey, we didn't run out of hammers. We ran out of iron. That's not bad. That's incredibly easy to make. Oh, I threw the hammer back in there. We threw the hammer back in the terminal. All right. Make some of the iron dust. Then dump the iron dust back in there. We're going to make some more steel ingots. Smelting steel dust. Move items. Throw all the steel in here. We're going to smelt it all. And see how much we get. Dude, that right there, that is why. That is why I do YouTube. That's why I like it. That was incredibly cool. Alright, let's see how many of these we can make. No way we ran out of steel that fast. Okay, we got almost 4 stacks though. Surely, right? That's gotta be enough. Or at least close. I wasn't even thinking about making too much there. And I got upset when it was only 4 stacks. But I think it might get us pretty close. I want to put those in the inventory. So I don't ever have to swap positions in the hotbar. So we need to fill this in all the way, and then we need another 3 blocks high. And then we're there. Alright, right here. 1, 2, 3. We're getting there, man. We're really getting there. Three. I'm so focused. Dude, I am locked in right now. I'm so excited that this could be the top. And we could be super close to being done. Because then all we have to do is put water in between all of these, figure out how many they are, and how many controls we need for the top, and we fill the rest in with casings, which are relatively easy to make. And we can finally move on with our lives. And say we spent probably an hour and a half doing nothing but building a single reactor. I mean, that's a good use of time. I feel like that's a good use of time. Depending on how much output this is going to have. It may be less of a... You know, if we get done with this and it outputs like 20k per tick or something like that, I may be a little bit sad. And I may feel like I wasted a lot of time doing it. But the plus side is that it's big enough we can use just about any type of fuel, and we can make it a lot more efficient pretty quickly. So, we're looking at, let's say another stack. Let's shoot for another stack, and then call it there, and see how close that stack gets us. So what are we short on? We're short on steel again. Of course we are. Why wouldn't we be short on steel? And it's because of coal. Once again. I feel like we're running around in a circle here. All right, dump all the coal. More steel. Still doing steel dust. Move the items. Okay, all right. I'm thinking this ought to get us close, at least on the rods. Maybe not on the rest of it, but hopefully for at least that part of it, we're getting close. Put the steel in there. We set another stack. There's a stack. Let's see how much that does for us here. I'm thinking it'll get us close. Maybe not as close as I thought it would. Because it's definitely not enough. And then put one there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 3, 15, 16, 17. We need 17 more. Wait. Yeah, no, yeah. 17. 17 is how many more we need. Got them. Bingo bango, boys. I think we might be cooking. I swear, if this thing doesn't output a ridiculous amount of power, I will be upset. I will actually be... maybe not upset, but I will probably feel like I wasted a good bit of time doing this. So for now, the next step is to fill it in with water. Which is easy because we got a water bucket that never runs out. So, all we have to do is land. I think we're going to go 2 rows at a time. Just to make it easier so I don't fall off and I don't make a mess dumping water everywhere. Thought I heard something. All right, 1 more row. We have a single more row. And eventually we will upgrade this to use better coolant, but for now this is what we got. Okay, all right. We're getting somewhere. So the next step is we need to count this because I need to know how many of those, the control rods we need for the top. And then whatever the opposite of that is, or I guess it's the exact same amount, we're going to need for reactor casings for the top. So pretty simple math. Really, we just have to count 1 row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means that row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 1 more. It should be 2 more. Shouldn't it be? No. It is just 1 more. Okay. So 6 and 7. It just should be that in both directions, right? Yeah. So if we do that, come on, 6 times 7, I need 42. Oh yeah, I clicked scramble my reactor, nothing happened at all. Is that, yeah, it should be 80. Okay, because that sounds a lot bit more reasonable than what I was thinking. So theoretically, yeah, it's because it's 15 or 13 times 13 should be the interior size of this. And then it should just be that divided by 2. Right? Divided by 2. Yeah. About 85. All right. Well, let's go make 85 of those control things. It just turns off. Man, that's kind of disappointing. Not in a bad way, but I do wish it would have exploded. That would have been super neat. 8. Oh, I need more reinforced reactor casings. I didn't realize each one of those was going to take some. All right, we're going to make all of that. Man, I just used up all my steel. That's so annoying. 13 times 13 over 2. Yep, divided by 2. Yep. Which is like 84.5, which is odd because in my head I feel like it should give back an even number. But, you know, that's the only thing that was kind of messing with me. Other than that, it all made sense. Like the math actually worked out in my head. But we'll see. Reactor, steel, smelting. What do we run out of here? Again, just the coal. We run out of coal a lot. Dump it all. Bunch more. Dump it all. Let's make some more steel. Ooh, yep. And then this guy. That should be plenty. Hopefully that gets us through the rest of it. All right. So if we said to be, so it'd be a stack plus 21, I think is what we're gonna do. So there is just 21. Did I run out of pistons? That's an odd thing to run out of. Let's move those. 2. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to move all those. I'm going to grab these. We're going to make them all into jungle planks. Throw the jungle planks back in and do that. We've got the 21. We just need exactly a stack now. That's surprisingly convenient. 47, so we need more reactor casings. Inconvenient. But we can do it. Maybe that's just going to make us another 16, isn't it? Yep. The freaking control rods take so many reactor casings. So dump it. Alright, there's a stack. We need 21. Got them. And then we're going to need exactly that many of these actual reactor casings. Or we should need less than that. We should need 20. It should be 20. But we made a lot extra, so we're going to make it work either way. For now. We're going to place all these. And as long as I don't mess up any of the water, we should be okay. The only thing I see going wrong is me misplacing one of these and messing up a water block. Other than that, I don't see any way this goes wrong at this point. Let me just double check. These are the reinforced. Okay, good. I just wanted to check because I didn't want to be using the wrong ones. And then have to completely redo all of this that's taken me forever to do. Well, I guess it would just be the control rods at the top. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We need to do this. We need casing to go through. And then we need input, output, energy, and control. Then we're done. We'll have to set up the auto import of uranium. And there's no way on God's green earth we have enough of that yet. There's just... I mean, there's no way. But, man, if we did, if we just magically had like 20,000 uranium or something like that, I really should start growing it. That's what I should do. We need a mystical agriculture that. Because if I was growing it, that would be so much easier. I wouldn't have to worry about going to get it. I can't believe I haven't thought about that till now. I've got everything else that I've ever needed growing in my mystical agriculture farm but that. Alright, let's make... We're going to need 3 blocks there. 4. Let's go make the things we need. We need solid access port. That's going to be 2. 2 solid access ports. Fuel injection. Is that right? We may need that in the future. I don't think I need that right now, right? Because we're just using a solid. We're just using uranium, which is a solid, which means we shouldn't need that. Because I'm not injecting... I mean, it may be... I don't know. We're going to try it without it, though, and we're going to see what happens. Reactor active. We need that for sure. All right, so we got in, out. We got power. We need control. Controller, reactor controller reinforced. This one. Okay. I think this is all we need. We're gonna slap them down right here. As we dump water everywhere. 3 and 4. We're gonna do 1 solid. Put the energy tap. Put the controller. And then put the other solid. Select this one as the out. We got in, out. Oh, and it worked too. You can see the casings turned. I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty excited. This thing's it's still full. So I need one of whatever that is, the light pink. I need a light pink chest. We're gonna plug it in there. And then a black one for that. And then we need a flux point. And we're gonna need the pipe. Grab them, grab the wrench, Do we have any spare ender chests? No, we don't. So we're going to need to make at least 2 of them. And we're going to need to make a pink wool for sure. Because I know I'm not going to have that. Move 2 of those. Ender chest, move it. That's the black one we need. Don't think we need that. For this one, we need pink dye, wool, rabbit, put it up there. We get a pink wool, which should color coordinate this chest with the uranium one. It does. It's got the right code on it. We need 2 diamonds for those. So it's input, output. We got the pipes. Flux point. That's the other thing we needed. I knew there was one thing I was missing. Flux point. Flux cores. Craft them, throw them up there. Flux network. You got him. All right. I think. Moment of truth here, honestly. Like, we're about to find out how much power this thing actually is going to make for us. And to be completely honest with you, I should probably grab all that out. I'm incredibly ready for disappointment. And I, for better or worse, like, expect to be disappointed by this. Don't want it that way. So this is going in, so we're pulling from the chest here, right? So that'll do that. Are we getting fuel in? We are. Slowly. But we're getting fuel in. And then this is going to pull it out right there. All right. Show me some numbers. Nothing yet because it's not on. Let's do this. Let's grab an upgrade for the pipe. It's probably going to pull everything out of that chest. But I'm okay with it. I think the power depends on how much uranium is in there. I agree. But theoretically, right, we're kind of trying to test running it at full power. So I think we're going to need to do this. I think I've got enough to make this guy too. Yeah, so what this is going to do is instantly pull every bit of uranium that I've got in there out. Which, kind of okay with. Yep. And shove it all in here, which is still only 34%. Oh. Is it putting more uranium? No, we're out of uranium. We are completely out of uranium. Here, let's do this though. As a test, at 30%, we turn it on. What is it making for us? It's still climbing. It's still climbing. Its internal battery is all filled up. 265. Seems like it's leveling out. Let's do this really quick. Let's run back. Let's run back to the mining dimension. Let's grab another. But there's no way I'm gonna get a chest full of uranium. We really need to grow it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up seeds so we can grow it. I'm a little just a little disappointed in the power output. Just a little bit. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not terrible though. Like, it's not awful performance. It's just not great. I mean, we're up to almost 270. But it seems like 269 is kind of where it balanced out for the amount of fuel we have in there. Honestly, all we're really trying to do here, though, is turn uranium into cyanite or whatever the output is. And if we can do that, you know, quicker using a bigger reactor, I think we win. But yeah, so point being, we're probably going to let this AFK for quite a bit of tomorrow. And then probably get some uranium seeds set up as well. So while it's AFKing, we can have the uranium growing, automatically crafting, being put in these chests and refilling. So that way we have kind of like a constant source of cyanite. And then once we're done with that, we can look at setting up the refiner over here, because obviously the next goal we're going for is where is it? The Philosopher's Fuel. We're trying to get this insanite block, which is just insanite, which is a product that goes through that reprocessor thing. Using rosinite. I don't remember exactly how we create that. Yes, I can explain the farm, and I would love to. So basically, this is mystical agriculture. Base default, all the mods 9 doesn't work exactly like this, but it works pretty similar. Basically, mystical agriculture has a bunch of different seeds for things that you can grow. So I'm growing nether star seeds, emerald seeds, different things like that. In order to make the seeds, I'm not sure if you've used mystical agriculture before, but you use this kind of a setup, and it'll show you through mystical agriculture how to do it. Basically, you get usually 4 blocks of whatever it is, a type of essence, and then what is it called? A certain type of seed that goes in the middle, and those will make all the seeds for you, doing that. And then you just come plant them here. Some of the things, like all the modium, the vibranium, and the unobtainium that I have here, you have to have certain blocks underneath, which is the magical soil. For Steve to, yo, this is sick. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. We're getting very close to the All the Mod Star. So, I mean, at this point, I mean, what day are we on? Like, almost 400? We're on day, where's that at? Dimension. Where's day? Where's day? I know it's here somewhere. I thought earlier. Days played, 363. Yes, so, I would hope that it would be sick. We've invested a lot of time into this. So, like the nether stars have to have these nether star cruxes underneath, but really just the high level ones have to have a block underneath. Everything else you just make a seed for and you plant it. The cool part about this setup is it's got underneath here a harvester pylon. And that's what it's called. You can look it up. I'll show you. I don't want to take it up at the moment because it'll mess it up, but the harvester pylon looks like this. They're really, really simple to craft and very cheap. And all it takes is a hoe inside of it, and it'll auto harvest anything within a 9x9 radius, and then put it into a chest that sits on top of it. So what I have here, this entire setup works like this. Got a bunch of seeds in the ground using Insanium farmland. The chest is filled by the harvester underneath, which harvests everything in a 9x9 square, puts it in this chest. Now, the modular router, this is the part that's been disabled. If you do like 500 days compilation and upload like best clips on YouTube. I have been considering doing that. The problem is I spent a lot of time doing it, and it's all recorded. But going through and creating the clips takes so much time to edit all of that, especially when like I basically get off work each day and then come play and stream and all of that, and then I go to bed. But I'm thinking once we finish, I'm certainly going to make some clips out of us blowing up a nuke on the entire world once we get the All the Mod Star. But yeah, we're getting close. So yeah, the modular router uses this Supremium watering can, which accelerates the growth of everything in an 11x11 area. So everything here is growing really fast because all 4 of these modular routers are using that. That feature is technically disabled in the config for All the Mods 9. And I mentioned it when I did it. I just went and turned it on. The only thing, it just makes it grow slower, but you can mimic the exact same setup with lily pads, which you can't see, but on the inside of there's a bunch of lily pads in this middle area, which are also just speeding up the growth of all of this stuff. So that's how the mystical agriculture farm works. Basically, in All the Mods 9, there's one of 2 ways for mass producing anything. Mystical agriculture is one of them, and it's got its ups and downs. And then the bees, the productive bees, are the other one. Those are the 2 ways to automate it. You know what? That's a good point. I could find some. That's a very good point. I could do that. I do have there's a lot of people that have joined the Discord from watching, and that would be fun. I am planning on going through. I looked through some today actually for that specific reason. I was gonna try to pull out some clips, but it's a little daunting, you know. I mean, realistically, I'm looking at least 30 to 40 hours worth of footage from this world, and I would like to have some, but I think it may be better if I keep up with it on the next playthrough. But that is a good idea, and I appreciate the input there. Yeah, so my plans for tomorrow are this. We're gonna get uranium automatically producing. That's definitely a must. We gotta do that. I do have the replay mod. I don't have it on for this mod pack. I use it for some other things. If you go back and look at some of my other YouTube shorts, I use the replay mod for some build stuff that I did, but I don't have it in here. Let's see. Yeah, still about the same. Still depleting pretty solidly though. See how much cyanite we have. I hope that's actually producing like noticeably faster. And if it's not, that's okay. Cyanite. Yeah, we got 33. That's pretty good. I don't know how much of that was while we were making it, but 33 is pretty good. That should be getting close. Maybe some time lapse over some builds. Yeah, I've done that. There are some that I put for shorts together, and it makes really good cinematic shots. I do that mostly for shorts though. I don't really, I mean, as you can tell, I literally for this mod pack, I built a gigantic flat platform and then just built everything on top of here. I'm not a super artistic design build kind of person. Most of my stuff is functional technology stuff. And I do a lot better in that space, if that makes sense. But again, very good idea and very helpful advice. I like I said, I have used the replay mod. I do have, I mean, several houses I've built, several like starter theme kind of stuff. I've done a lot of that. All right, so like as a recap for the All the Mods Star, we literally need two things. We are down to needing this reactor block, which I think is going to be really easy. Because all of this is just the reprocessor, which is going to be the Rossonite, which is really easy to make. And then you just reticulate lutein. Okay, so you just have to make it. So you just have to go through it. But let me join the Discord. Yeah, go for it. You're more than welcome to join the Discord. Hang out in there. Also, like you were talking about, if you go back and look at the shorts on my YouTube channel, I've got some most recent ones that were Valorant related, and that was before I started streaming. But there's a lot of stuff there if that'll show exactly what you're talking about as far as like short form YouTube content. That and that's all on the YouTube channel on the shorts tab. Some builds that I did and stuff like that. Yeah, so we need that one block from Extreme Reactors for this entire thing to be done. And then the only thing we need for the next CME emitter, well, basically, oh, I didn't realize I used my only singularity. 6 more. Beautiful. We need to, this thing's going to be really easy. The only thing we're missing for this is a precision mechanism, and that's just me looking it up and making it. For this, we just need the antimatter pellets, and for this, we just need the antimatter pellets. So, like I know you said you're not a very much. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that, and it's a big space on YouTube. People make a lot of that stuff. Maybe make an industrial, do some nice builds around your world. That's not a bad idea. I think you could do, especially in like a modded sense. There's not a lot of people that do that kind of thing, especially that post to short form content. I've noticed that. Like all of the big modded Minecraft YouTubers, it's all like 30-minute plus videos. The Cheeto bot. What's good? Not much, man. I mean, I'm hanging out. How are you? Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, short form content is definitely an underrepresented area of like the modded Minecraft niche on YouTube. That's a very, very good point. Let's do this while we're here. We might as well go get some more uranium. Is this server multiplayer? The one I am on currently is not. Yo, your chat does Twitch and YouTube at the same. It does. Yeah. It also does all of the notifications in a single platform. It also does Kick too. If you look down in the bottom right of the stream, it has the counters there for all three of the different platforms I'm on. And it'll show chat from all of those, alerts from all of those. It shows everything in the same area. That way people can kind of like just get a full idea of what's going on. I thought it was a cool thing to integrate. I will say YouTube's a little bit finicky sometimes. YouTube is the only one that's finicky with it. But everything seems to work pretty well. So this server is single player. I do have an All the Mods 9 multiplayer server that is on my Discord if you want to join that. And I do play on it sometimes. I have my own little build there. But the one I'm playing on right now is single player. And the only reason for that is because I actually care about it. For All the Mods 8, I did an entire server, an entire build. I had this incredible house that it was really cool. The problem was it was close to spawn, and somebody took a nuke and set a nuke off at my house and completely leveled everything. And that was just the tiniest bit annoying. So I figured since I was streaming this world, I'd go ahead and make it single player, kind of on my own. And so that's what we've been doing here. So this one is single player, but I do have a multiplayer one. And I there's been hundreds of people that have played on there and have builds and claims and all of that. No world border, got the Twilight Forest in it, all of that fun stuff. So feel free to hop on over to the Discord if you want to see that. Now I'm on Kick. Yes, you are. And you can see the chat is integrated there. And what's really cool is that it also shows you next to your name which one of the platforms you're coming from. So that way, you know, I don't know what kind of competition you would ever really have between, you know, the three platforms, but you could. You know, if you're like put all your automated machines into a factory building, I think that would be honestly cool. I agree. And there's some people that have done that for like the industrial foregoing stuff. And I do agree. I think it would be very cool. I will say at this point for this world, we are like 3 days, maybe 2 or 3 days away from completing the All the Mod Star. And when we do that, on the same night that we complete it, what we're going to do is completely blow up the entire world. And I don't mean that like sarcastically. I don't mean that like, oh, you know, whatever. I mean, I plan on setting off the largest nuke you can make in All the Mods 9 at the center of my base, with a wall of supporters in the back as kind of like a, hey, thank you guys for supporting. And then it completely blows up everything, you know? Campfires for smoke coming out of the factory. You know what? That would be, I like that idea so much, I'm going to write it down. Like, honestly, that is pretty neat. Factory building for machines. You know what I might do? If I do another All the Mods server, I might make my entire house look like a factory. Because so much of All the Mods 9 has to do with like technology and stuff like that. It might be incredibly neat to like make my entire house a factory and like with like the machines on the side, like you're talking about, use campfires for smoke and things like that to make it look like super industrial. That would be very cool. I know there was a way to TP. You gave an All the Mods 8, but is there one TP to your grave? I'm pretty sure that's /back. I think that's the one that they set up specifically for that. So it slashes you back to where you were. I do think it has to be like turned on per server. So I'm not entirely sure if that's on, but I think that's how that works. So just so everybody's aware of what we're doing right now, we're a little short on uranium. So we're flying around, throwing down a digital miner, powering it, and then letting it pull out every bit of uranium that it can find within a 32 chunk radius, which is ridiculous. I'm going to send a screenshot of a factory so you can use it as inspiration. Because I don't really have the module. Hey, no, I appreciate that. That sounds great. Do that. That's sick. Feel free. Honestly, I think you're in the Discord already. I think you said you were joining. you're in the Discord, throw it in there. You might as well, right? Um, that would be pretty cool. And the neat thing about all the mods is there's a whole bunch of like architectural mods that you can do really cool things with. So we will probably do that. For this one specifically, the whole entire goal of this stream was to create the All the Mod Star, right? So that's all we're doing. And so for the next playthrough of this, because I do fully intend to do another playthrough, I wouldn't ping me for it. I monitor the whole thing and not too much goes on in there, so I'll definitely see it once I'm done with stream. But you can if you want to. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind getting pings. So either way, it's entirely up to you. But yeah, for another playthrough, I think that would be super sick. Make an entire factory out of it. I remember a miner that would mine like thousands of chunks at one time. So there is a thing like that. It's called the Chunk Destroyer. And we were discussing it earlier. What's ridiculous about it is it doesn't take that much power to operate. And it destroys an insane amount of land. I think Adam was the one mentioning it earlier. But it's ridiculous how much that thing can do. But no, it's pretty cool. Grab these two again, throw it down, give it power, start it up. What's really cool about this one though is that I can put in filters. So this digital miner has a filter in it that only mines any form of uranium, and that's it. So it just gives me the uranium back, which is all I need right now. And so I don't have to worry about all the dirt and the cobble and everything else that comes with like all the chunks or the quarries or stuff like that. This thing just gives me exactly what I need, and I don't have to worry about anything else. I can't tell whether I want to make it like a light colored or a dark colored one. Asking right now because I know I'll forget later. You know what? You could do like a super 1920s New York sweatshop kind of thing. That would be sick. I put it on top of a mountain and it was so satisfying. I bet it was. I bet it leveled that thing like it was nothing. That's super cool. Yeah, no, the chunk destroyer is ridiculous. Yeah, no, for like a factory, I wasn't even necessarily thinking like a light colored or a dark colored. I was thinking like brick, like a brick factory that looks like super 1920s New York child labor, bad times in America kind of stuff. That was what I had like kind of envisioned in the back of my brain. And I think that would be sick. It would be kind of ridiculous. And like, I don't know, the time frame I'm referencing was not exactly America's, best time in the world, but it would be kind of a cool theme, Or maybe I'm totally off base on that and totally wrong. But yeah, something like that is kind of what I had in mind. That one's almost 400 in these 32 chunks. What's ridiculous is I've seen as low as like 72. But this one's got quite a bit. You're writing that down. All right, cool. Yeah. Feel free to send me inspiration. I should do that. Like for the next run through of all the mods. This one I'm not necessarily trying to speed run it, but I am trying to finish it because like the big thing I wanted to do for this was create the star, right? And I wanted to create the star and then blow up the world, kind of like, I don't know if you guys have seen any of Alfred GG's stuff. He was actually one of the developers for the All the Mods 9 mod pack. And he does that. He does speedruns where he tries to speedrun making the All the Mod Star. And at the end of it, he always sets a nuke up and blows it off on the entire world. And I think that's a cool concept. So I kind of wanted to do that and like post it on either Twitter or Reddit or something and tag him in it. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of neat. So that's what I'm planning on doing. That is like the big plan I have for this world. And especially since I'm so close to having the All the Mod Star already, I want to finish that. And then I kind of want to start again where I focus a lot more on like the, the aesthetic stuff that you can do in all the mods. Because like, I mean, they've got building mods where you can build out a full kitchen with like a sink and a dishwasher and an oven and, and a stovetop and a range and all of that stuff. And I think it'd be kind of cool to do that. Like if we made a factory, like a kitchen in it, where you could like, hey, break time, you go eat food, right? I don't know. maybe I'm overthinking that a little bit, but I think it would be a pretty cool concept to do that, where, you know, maybe we don't focus on the speed running the mod part of it. We instead focus on making something that aesthetically looks really cool and like is thematic. I think that might be neat. Did you want like a cartoony looking factory you think of, or just make it look like a real? You know what? Whatever you think looks best, and you want to post in there for me to like give me some like insight, some idea. I'll take whatever. Honestly, I really don't have too much of an opinion, nor am I attached to any specific idea necessarily. So whatever you want to put in there. I bet. Perfect. So the beautiful thing about all of this uranium we're getting is that now that I know you can use a hammer on it, do you have conveyor? I sure do. I sure do. They're a little bit of a pain to set up, but I have them and can use them. That's one of the cool things about the Create mod, is that it does have conveyor belts that you can use. In fact, tomorrow we're probably going to use one. One of the things we need for the All the Mod Star is a, what is it called? We can just go take a peek. It is a precision mechanism, and it has to go on a conveyor belt over these three things 5 times. It has to wrap back and forth 5 times on this, and then and it has like an 80% chance of actually making the thing. There are some automated ways to set this up that involve conveyor belts, and that is exactly what I plan on doing tomorrow. So we're going to try to set this up. I'll probably have the parts for it beforehand, and then we'll build it on stream. But so yes, it does have conveyor belts, and I do plan on using them. All right, this guy's done. Gonna break those. So you know, like those coal burning. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Cheetobot. What is the little box you can go inside of? What is that little box you can go inside of? Is there something I've gone inside of? Is that what you're talking about? Because I'm not entirely sure what you mean there. You may have to explain that a little bit more for the little box I can go inside of. If you're talking about this guy, this is a flux point, and that provides power. It's my flux network that has a bunch of different power sources hooked up to it. Start that guy. Now I remember when I played. I'm not sure. I'm utterly terrible at building, and to prove it, I built a house with a roof that hung over. My friend said it looked like it had a pad going over. So I don't kind of build a tall tower. That's tough. That's really tough. I will say, whenever I try to build something, I always have a reference image, because I know the stuff I come up with in my head is terrible. Like, if I'm not building off of a reference image, I may as well not build at all. Like, at all. If you go back and look at some of the shorts that I put up on YouTube, every single one of those I had a reference image for, across the board. Every single one of them. I did a long play, like a calming, relaxing long play, and I had a reference for that build as well, because I don't come up with good like 3D designs that make sense. I do the exact same thing, and people make fun of me all the time for exactly that as well. So yes, reference images are the way to go. I remember when I'm not sure the box you're talking about. What do you go in it for? I'm like okay at building yes, reference images they're like essential. They're like a key part to actually making something look good. That's for sure. There's no question about that. You have to have it. All right, we're random teleport one more time. This is gonna be our last digital miner. Then we're going to take it all back, use a hammer on it. 210. I can make things in Blender without reference images, though. Hey, that's pretty cool. I can't do that. I can tell you that much. I'm not much of a Blender or a 3D design guy. I've got a 3D printer, and I've used some CAD software before, but I'm not great at it. I I have done it before. Like I've 3D printed like a mount for it's a little speaker box, but it probably wasn't more than 4 inches by 6 inches. And I, you know, in CAD made the whole thing, put it all together, had little brackets to hold it up and everything. So I've done some CAD stuff for 3D printing specifically, but yeah, no, Blender and 3D design is not my thing. Well, even just like aesthetic design, it's a little bit different than something that's like functional, but like aesthetic design, that's really not like, I just don't have the eye for it. That's why all of the YouTube thumbnails, all of the artwork on my, I didn't do any of it, absolutely none of it, because it's just not my thing. If I were to make it, it looks absolutely terrible. This actually gave a ton of uranium though. Let's put all of this back in the inventory real fast. We'll sort that. Throw all this in here. My crappy little laptop gets 7 FPS. That's not a lot of FPS, especially, well, I mean, trying to run any sort of like a CAD software or a Blender or 3D design on a laptop is gonna be rough unless it's like one of the newer gaming laptops. They have a lot more horsepower, but even that's not the same as a desktop. Don't remember his name. Okay, I gotcha. I'm not sure. I love using Blender or Inventor mainly. Was natural at it in high school. I feel that. Again, I'm not great at it unless it's something functional. Like if I'm making a box and I know the size the box needs to be and I know what I need to do for brackets, that's easy, right? That is purely functional. It is nothing artistic whatsoever. You got it for free. Would you get it? How'd you get it through like a college subscription or something? Oh, I need to pick this up before I TP. Thought I remembered that. I would have never found him again. Oh, you got the laptop for free. It's not even close to a gaming laptop, bro. Okay, I got you. Hey, free is a good price. I'm never gonna to hate on free. That is the best price. All right, so we're gonna put those there. We're gonna search for hammers. I don't think we got enough. We're gonna need more hammers. Yep. Definitely need more hammers. Throw that back in there. Grab these. Make a bunch of them. Probably should fill it up 3 times. And then we're gonna save 1. Put it there. Raw uranium. Fill up our inventory. We need to smelt it all, and then we throw it in the ME system and it'll auto export all of it. We're getting close. You and the rest of you. Take that one. Come back over here. We have everything on the hotbar. It makes it a little bit easier. I don't have to sort through what I want to export and what I don't. Perfect. That's the rest of it. The battery can't keep it, so I have to constantly have it on charge. That's rough. I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of the laptop, but as long as it still has its functionality as a computer, though, if it does what you want to accomplish with it, I mean, there you go. I had an old MacBook like that. Yep. I have a laptop I got from my dad that's incredibly similar. It holds a charge for like a couple hours, but I mean, it's old. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Where did the guy on Twitter? I think he's still here. I think he's probably looking up what that thing was he was asking about. He said that there was a box you can go in All the Mods 9, but I have no idea what that was. But yeah, no, I still have that laptop. In fact, I used it as a web server not too long ago. 1300, so that's gonna auto export everything. And it's probably going to get us pretty close to filling this guy up. Probably. Yeah, look at that. 75? What's crazy about this, though, is I spent all this time making this gigantic reactor, right? The Cheeto. I don't know if it's in all the mods, but I know it's in all the mods 8, though. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know what it's called. I really don't. If you had any more, I played through all the mods 8 probably 4 times. I probably know what it is. I just don't know exactly. I don't know. A little more description of its functionality, maybe. But yeah, no. So like I spent all this time making this gigantic reactor, right? And it outputs about, you know, it's close to 90%, and it outputs 377,000 RF per tick, which is only unfortunate because this guy can output like, oh, hold up, wait, that's not actually that bad. Generating factor max extract is 2 million, but it generates about 224,000 per tick. 224. So this is doing more. Hey, that's something. That's really something. So it's doing more than one of these. But to give you some scale, this is this big, and it does maybe the same as two of those. It's kind of ridiculous, but you know what? That is what it is. That is what it is. And honestly, it's just for its functionality. Like, I bet we have a whole bunch more of that cyanide. I don't know if we have enough to make the refiner yet, but we're probably getting closer. Let's see. 103. Oh, you know what? You know what? Okay, so we said we needed like 58 of it, right? I think that's about right. It's a 1x1 cube you can craft, and you place it in your base, and you have to craft a remote to go inside of it, and then you can build in it. Oh, hold up. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what it's called. Shrinking device. He's switching up platforms on us. I don't think it's the shrinking device, because All the Mods 9 has that. You can make yourself smaller with the shrinking device in All the Mods 9. You know what? But I don't know if you can build in it. That's the only thing I don't know if you can do. We use, using the shrinking device. What mod is that shrinking thing from? Shrink. This thing. Oh, it's just from Shrink. Let's see what else Shrink has. It has that. That's it. It has a glass bottle. You can capture things, and it's got a personal shrinking device. That's not bad, though. That snow globe looking thing. Snow globe looking. I don't know what that is either. But it does ring a bell. I do seem to remember what you're talking about. From a different mod. Okay, gotcha. No worries. No, it does seem to make... Holy crap, I think we're up to 116 now. It seems to be making cyanite pretty quickly. We're looking for... Refine? What was it called? Extreme. The green ones. Reprocessor. Reprocessor. Okay, so we said we definitely need the controller. Collector. What's the collector for? Don't know what that is. I definitely don't need that. T8R Bird 20. Thank you very much for the subscription on YouTube. I appreciate it. Why is the RTP cooldown 2 hours now? It was 10 minutes. Bro, I wish I could tell you. I really do. I wish I could tell you. But I have no clue. They nerfed so much in All the Mods 9. Like, so much. They nerfed the automatic watering cans for the routers that you could use for mystical agriculture. They nerfed your ability to teleport quickly. They nerfed the what else? The Morgan. They changed from the 5 million max to now it's 5,000, which is, you're still doing 5,000 a hit is not bad, but still, I mean, that's quite a nerf. That's kind of ridiculous. Like, there's a lot of stuff that they really nerfed in the ground to make All the Mods 9 just like substantially harder, but like kind of unnecessarily. Like, I understand that some of those changes made sense, but some of them were just like really unnecessary. And it's just straight up annoying. Like, it's just inconvenient. The flight. You can't fly in the other or the Twilight Forest now, unless you change it and turn it off, which, again, it doesn't change the mechanics of the game at all. It just literally makes the mods more annoying. I will say, I changed all of those settings for all the mods 9 for me. So, like, I can fly in the other in the Twilight Forest. I can use the routers with the watering cans on my mystical agriculture stuff like I was showing earlier. I just switched up all of those settings for myself. So that way, it doesn't change the game. It doesn't change any aspect or like actual progression mechanism of the game in any way, shape, or form. It just literally makes it where you can do it a little bit faster. Like, that's it. I appreciated and liked the fact that they increased or the difficulty to get like all the modium, unobtainium, and vibranium stuff by adding the templates that you had to find for those. That made sense. That is adding like an actual mechanic to the game that changes the progression a little bit, keeps it fresh, it's different, it's new, and makes it a little more difficult. You got to do some other stuff. Just putting things in the way, like, hey, no, you can't fly here, or hey, you can't use the watering cans with routers now. It doesn't make as much sense to me. I don't know. But yes, I think we said we needed, how many of these we say? Like 58? Let's go back and check the book. But again, all of that's my personal opinion. Dude, you do you. You do you. I'm not gonna. I am not in charge of your life. You do what you want to do, man. How to build. So it is a 7 block high, 3x3. So 7 times 45. 45 total, but it's got an input, output, a controller. Looks like it's got 2 outputs. So 1, 2, 3. We got power, input, output, and a controller. So 5 other things. So we just need 40 of these. That is right? I am totally second guessing my math right now. No, that's wrong. 7 times 9 is 36. Which means if we need 5 less than 36, we need 58. Not 36, 63. I'm going crazy. My math doesn't make any sense. It's making sense in my head, right? It's just not coming out quite right. But again, 58 is the number we're going to need. So let's see. Missing water. Can I not craft with that? It doesn't let me craft with that. That's interesting. Make a bunch of these then. All right, sounds good. The Cheeto bot. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out, and hope you have a good night. 3. We're gonna do this quite a few times. Actually, probably not that many, because if we only had like 100 and something cyanite, we're making like 20 of these max. 25 of them about. Maybe a little bit more, because it's probably grown while I've been talking. Also may not have made enough buckets. We're about to find out. Late stream. Yeah, apparently. I think we're going to keep going. I mean, I'm not... We're just vibing right now. Plus, had a long day today, but we figured out all of the issues at work that I needed to have figured out. Like, why everything was lagging. They're also sending me a $600 thin client. Like an all-in-one thin client setup. Which is only unfortunate because my work desk is totally full. So that's gonna be interesting to figure out. But we're gonna get there. Yeah, also we're just making a lot of good progress on a lot of stuff. So yes, late stream, the answer is yes. How late? Nobody knows. Except maybe me. What? And yeah, no. It's kind of cool. There's to me basically a complete setup that I can test on and just have. Which is going to be like cool and awful because I don't have like 3 complete full computer setups in my office, which is at a certain point ridiculous, but we're going to have it. It's going to be neat. I can't believe we're still going. I thought we'd run out of cyanide way before now. We ran out of buckets first. Water buckets. You craft some more. I give it 2 minutes. Before I end stream, you're gonna give me another 2 minutes? Are you setting my bedtime for me? That just seems a little bit controlling. I don't know if I like that. T-Bird26, I mean, you can play 3 games at once if you want. You know what? That is a fantastic observation. Here's the problem. I have a fantastic gaming setup. And my gaming setup is just for gaming, right? So that's one game, right? The other 2 setups would be completely and almost entirely just for work. And not to say that they would necessarily have a problem with it. I am a model employee and they like me and I get to do a lot. Like I get a lot of leeway. However, if they saw that like I installed Steam or something on there, that might raise some questions. Like if you've got a work laptop or something and you install like Steam or like Riot or something like that on there and start playing video games, they might start to question it just a little bit, you know? It didn't mean like, oh, you're good. Oh, you meant 2 minutes as in you were gonna like step away for 2 minutes. How many of these did I actually have? Dude, either we made a bunch more or something because we're still going. They won't know. Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. So I work in IT. I like halfway manage and have access to all of the software that manages all of those laptops, right? So theoretically, well, the problem is I know that they would know because I see the stuff, right? You're stress testing the VDI. Oh, I'm stress testing the virtual desktops. Here's the thing. If I were to do that on one of the virtual desktops, I would be like because I manage it, the only person who could actually do that. Like I could actually install it and do that. I don't know if I would necessarily call it stress testing, realistically, but like, you know, for like a, hey, if they're asking me about it, I could call it stress testing. That's a fantastic point. That's really funny. All right, so we made 43 of these, which is way more than I thought we would be able to make. Let's make sure that we know what we're doing. 7x7 casing blocks and 1 device parts. The glass can be used in place. The vertical, that makes sense, but does it have like a rod? No, it's just literally a solid 3x3x7 square. That doesn't seem very difficult to make, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's that. And that's it. Go up one more. Well, some of these will be pulled out and replaced with like the inject and eject stuff, as well as like the controller. But for now, we might as well start building it. How many tall? It's just 7 tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's how tall it needs to be. You know what? It's good progress. We're making really good progress on that. Let's see how much more cyanide we pumped out, and if it's enough to use for some more blocks, or if not. 14. Oh my goodness, it does. We're pumping that out so quickly. Like, what Adam say? My game gets really laggy and crashes when going to the mining bench. Thinking of upgrading my GPU because it's kind of mid. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me. All the mods is really heavy on the GPU. And like, I mean, I've got a 3090 and it runs at like 80% most of the time. But what GPU do you have, and what would you be looking at upgrading to? Because that kind of plays into the equation at least a little bit. Two, 3, 4. We're getting there. We need another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Another 12. Well, we need more than that, but 13, 14, 15, 16 total, I think, is what we need more. Oh, and actually, we don't need all of that because we need... What did this thing say? And one each of the other device parts. It's not incredibly descriptive. Waste injector, fluid injector, output port, power port. I'm assuming it means it needs like one of each of these. So one of those 6. Let's see. What all is it going to take to make those 6? Casings. Just casings. Again, just casings. Or just casings. It's going to take a lot of reprocessor casings. That is literally it, though. That's all it's going to take. I mean, that's kind of cool. And with how fast we're pumping out cyanite now, I mean, surely that's not going to take too long. And it said it needed one of each of the other items. I don't know if it necessarily has to have the fluid injector, but actually it probably does because it reprocesses a lot of that. So we probably will have the fluid injector in there. Let's see. I mean, I guess we make as many more of these reactor or reprocessor casings as we can. And then start working our way through those, like the admin blocks. Or so we can make the controller now. I will need to make... I don't have any blocks. Emerald? What kind of emerald we got hanging out in here? Yeah, we'll just take one of those and turn it into actual emeralds. There we go. Dump all the... I don't know if emeralds stay, so I'm going to keep some of that in my inventory until now. GTX 1650. That's not a bad GPU. It's really not. Like, I mean, I think it came out at the same time as or a little in between the 20 and the 30 series. But that one's not a bad GPU. It is a little bit of more of like the entry level. I think the only real advice I have from a GPU perspective is, yeah, it'll help a lot for Minecraft. As far as like, if you want a GPU that's going to sit in your computer and stay and you're never going to have to mess with or do anything with, I would go with NVIDIA. But AMD tends to give you a little bit more power per dollar. Like, it tends to perform a little bit better. But sometimes, like, their what do you call them? Their drivers and some of their software can be a little bit finicky, and you might have to mess with it a little bit more. But overall, I've always recommended NVIDIA GPUs. I've had them both. I had a 1550X back in the day when those were, or XT. I can't remember exactly what they called it, but I mean, it was their beefy 3-fan GPU that did everything, and it was a high dollar AMD GPU, and I liked it. But like, I felt like it crashed every time I went to do a driver update, and the software to do like certain things that I wanted to do, it wasn't great. And you know, the 3090 I got after just always worked well. I never had issues with it at all. So that's my one piece of advice as far as all of that goes. And you can take that or leave it. Entirely up to you. Let's see if we can make 4 more reprocessor casings. 3. Oh, we just need 1 more cyanide ingot. And it's there. Alright, so we got 4 more of these. Reprocessor collector. I don't know exactly what that is, but it said I needed 1 of each thing. So we're going to put 1 of each thing in here exactly like it told me to. And if I find out later... Oh, I hate this pickaxe. I hate this pickaxe so much. If I find out later it's unnecessary, then we'll undo it at that point. This pickaxe does way too much damage. That's why I don't keep it on my hotbar. We try to use this one. All right, so we're gonna put the controller here. We're gonna go one up from it and put whatever this other block was. The collector. And we're gonna grab these guys, put one there, fly up to the top. Everything is good. FPS is fine. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, just the sheer process. It might also be CPU. I know some of the processing CPU wise for Minecraft can be a little tough. I've also found that if I have it on like a platter hard drive instead of an SSD, it lags a little bit that way as well. Overall, modded Minecraft is just it's tough to run just in general, but a lot of fun, and I can't get away from it. All right, we're gonna need to wait for that to be 16, and once we've got 16 of the cyanide ingots, yeah, that waste is going up pretty quickly. And we should be able to pretty quickly make, yeah, it honestly, I like vanilla Minecraft, don't get me wrong, but modded Minecraft is just, it's so expansive and immersive, and like, you know, the allure of Minecraft is that you can do anything, right? It's just an empty sandbox where you can do anything you want, and that's fun. But in modded Minecraft, it's even more so. Like you can do anything you want, and then more. like if I wanted to build 400 of these generators and link them all together and have infinite, literally infinite, I could, right? There's nothing that's gonna stop me from doing that. I don't know. It's cool. Also, just like figuring out how different mods work together. So for instance, this, right? These are auto crafting my what are they called? These circuits, right? So the logic and calculation circuits. And so like it's got some base Minecraft stuff in there, like these hoppers that are pulling stuff out of the ender chests, which are very cool that you can have them coded for different things, pushing it into the inscriber, which is all powered by this flux point thing. More hoppers pushing it all down to this bottom thing, which then uses another hopper to push it into another chest, which then exports it right back out to my ME system. Like the way that you could figure out and like, you know, conceptualize how all of these different mods work together to make something completely automated is really cool. Still don't understand why it takes a year for Minecraft to update. Mods are just epic. Yes. No, I agree. I think, honestly, I think the reason it does is because there's a lot more pressure on base Minecraft and the changes they make, because it's, you know, the basis for so many modding communities. You know, there's a lot more pressure there on them, versus like a mod is taking something that's already been built and is stable and thought out and put together, and they're just adding stuff on top of it, and you know, their creativity can run wild. Whereas Minecraft needs to make sure that the base game stays solid and it's still Minecraft, right? But at the same time, like, they're not stealing too much from mods and adding that to their stuff, and they're not going to take away from, like, you know, there's the whole speed running side of Minecraft too. Like, there's a lot of balance that has to go into like the base game that is used for so many different things, especially when you consider this is literally the biggest and most played game basically in history, right? And that, I wouldn't want to be a developer on that. The decisions that you have to make on that kind of a game is ridiculous. Like, and then if you do something that's wrong, or you mess something up, or you release an update that's not ready, congratulations, you're the person that broke the biggest game ever, right? That's a lot of pressure. And that's just me coming from like the IT perspective, the IT side, having developed some games before. It's a little bit different. And by develop games, I mean I've taken a couple game development classes. Water buckets, red water buckets. Let's make some more. You know what? We don't mind things. We're just putting that back up. And that. All right, we got an inventory full of water buckets in there. Each one of these takes 4. We've already done the first couple. We know we need... Let's take a waste injector next. We're going to go throw that somewhere here in the mix. Yeah, no, I've always loved Minecraft. Even back in the day when, like, what were some of the first Feed the Beast mod packs that came out, where they had like the original Thaumcraft, where you had like this little glass that you would go around and scan every single block in the entire mod pack, and it'd give you like these certain charms or abilities, or you'd learn new stuff. And I mean, those were the days. Those were the days of modded Minecraft. Let me tell you, that was like 1.7.10 days. Undefeated, in my personal opinion. Like, I think all the mods is fun, and I think it makes more sense, and it's a lot more of a coherent mod pack that, like, it all works together and all of that. But I'll tell you what, the original Thaumcraft, prior to like Thaumcraft 4 and all of that, it's so much fun. We're gonna put this on this side just because I don't know which one of those needs to be which. Machine is too small. Yeah, we're working on it. We need reprocessor output and power port. Those are going to go right above those two that are there. I don't know how many more we can make quite yet, but we're going to see. Make 2. Let's do this then. Let's go break the 2 that are here, because we know we're going to have to replace these anyways. Put those there, take these 2 up to the top. Well, that wasn't what we wanted. We wanted them there. Grab those 2. All right. So we're looking at just a couple more blocks on top. 2 more of the admin blocks, because it said we had to have one of everything, and we're actually going to do one of everything. Whether or not that's actually what we need to do is a different question. But this should give us the ability to do all of it. So the only thing we need is the reprocessor power port. That's the only thing we're missing from here so far. Throw that in there. So we got input, output, input, and that's going to be the power out. Does it have to be? Okay, here, I'll show you what the book says, but I think it does. I wondered that as well, and it may be worth testing if the middle can be hollow. But in the book, it says this: a reprocessor is a 3x3x7 blocks high machine built from casing blocks and one of each of the other device parts. Glass can be used in place of the casing blocks. So now that I'm reading that out loud, there would be no reason to use glass if it wasn't hollow, right? It doesn't expressly say that it needs to be hollow. But there would be no reason to use glass on this thing so that you could look inside of it if it wasn't hollow, right? You know what we're just gonna do it. We're gonna give it a shot. That makes sense in my head. I think that's the I think the bottom one has to be there, yeah. I'm gonna grab these 4 though. Let's go make the last. Okay, let's place these. We're gonna place these down. I'm also not sure if the other things have to be in a specific location or not. Like, I mean, it shows them in a specific spot, but okay, make 4 more of these. We're just gonna dump them in the EME system for now. 3, 4. The power port, we got that now. We're gonna throw it in here. Okay, so we're looking at 7 blocks. We can do that. Maybe. No, we have 1. We're gonna go throw that on. I'm down to 6 more. I really want to finish it. You doubt? Yeah. See, okay. I agree with you. It doesn't make any sense unless it's hollow on the inside and you could see whatever liquid is in there. That's the only thing that makes sense in my head. So we're going to operate based off of that being the case. Got him. As long as we don't hit our puppy. You cute little fox. Also, this is a very cool part of all the mods 9. The Blue Skies has these really cool and cute pink foxes that you can tame. And so we did, and we brought them back. I'm proud of that. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I think it's really neat. Right, one more. Make at least 2 more. We're going to go throw these on here, down to 4. We're getting close. We're getting very, very close to having this thing completely built out. And then hopefully we can start reprocessing some different ingots and liquids from our reactor, which will get us working towards the insanite block that we actually need, which is the reason why we're building all of this. So we're getting there. We're getting very close. I'm seeing now that I probably should have started this early in the mod pack rather than second to last. You know what? But here we are, right? What are we going to do? Nothing we can do about it now. 3 more. I'm hoping I can put this one in last and it'll just like connect everything and it'll become a solid block structure and just work correctly. That's what I'm really hoping for. If we did that, that would be fantastic. I would be so incredibly happy if it just worked. I feel like things are rarely that way, and I don't know. It may need to be filled in all the way, and it may need those ports in specific locations. Those are the 2 things I'm not sure about. But once we get that figured out, I think we'll be good. Have you used the quest line at all? So I have some. I clicked on it. I don't know if it's coming up. Yeah, so we went through the beginning. We got all that stuff right. The ATM star is the next one. And we used quite a bit of this to make sure we were doing all the right things. I haven't looked at it in a while. But like I didn't really know that blood magic was involved until we saw Evilcraft here. Not Evilcraft, blood magic. There you go. But the stuff I still need to do is this mechanism stuff where you make the SAS, SFS, something like, I can't remember what it's called, but you use these whatever, the things to make antimatters, these supercharged coils. That's going to be very difficult to set up based off of what I've read. And these 5 pieces of antimatter are like the last things that I'm going to need to make the star. So you might as well get started soon. Need some help getting started. So this is the quest line that I'll really need to start completing. I haven't made that, but like obviously we're way past a lot of that. We're all the way to like here, and we've done a lot of this other stuff too. So there's a lot in the quest line that we have done, but there's also still a lot that we're gonna need to do. Like I've got a rotary condenser already, concentrator. So like for mechanism, we've got a lot of this stuff, which is just automatically set up. This setup here for the HDPE sheets is pretty cool, and I may make a video on that. Like I was pretty proud of how I automated that one. All right, we need 3 more. Let's see if we've got enough stuff for 3. I know we're getting close. We have to be. We do. All right, this is like the moment of truth. This is where we find out if everything works or not. The fact that it didn't snap does not give me confidence. This part may not be placed on this reprocessor face. So 6, one of the ones on the front. What is it? 201. So it's that one or this one? Yeah, it's this one because it's highlighted. Okay. Okay, so it's not being placed on the face. Does that mean it goes on the top? Because there is one in the picture on top. Let's see if this works. We put that there. We put this here. So 7. One of these guys, 200. One of these ones? Which one? 7, 200, negative 273. Negative 270 is what I'm on. 271, 23. This guy? Is that right? It's got to be right. Wait, no, 270. 273 is the middle. So it's that one. Does the Reach processor in here? Hola, what's up? How's it going? 911 Samurai, how's your day? We are trying to build this, which is apparently more complicated than I thought. I do wonder if they have to be in those specific locations, though. No, because there is an output. Okay, so output, here's what we're going to build it exactly like they have it, for better or worse. All right, so you got this on this side. How's your day been, Samurai? I hope it's been good, and I hope you are doing well. Your day is going good. That's awesome to hear. Awesome to hear. We're going to break a lot of these blocks real fast, and we're going to put this together exactly like they have it. I'm pretty sure you've got the waste on this side, which would mean the front over there is one up. You've got the power, which is right there. This guy. What else? I don't need that. Where are we at here? So there's one port on the top, and then on the opposite, the one on the side that doesn't have anything on it yet, there is another one of them, and I wonder if they are two different ones. Ever played the Escape and Run Parasite mod? I never have. I have never played that before. Is it fun? Is it interesting? What is it? How does it work? Well, how high up was that? 2 down. So that one. And then put that back. I'm gonna need one more reactor casing. It should be built exact. It's fun, but it's kind of scary. It sounds kind of interesting. Do you have to play with like multiple people, or is it like a player versus environment kind of thing? Because it sounds like a player versus environment where, I don't know, it sounds kind of, there was a couple. Which one? 720 negative. Okay, so negative 273. This is 275. 3, so it's something in the middle. 965. That's 207. Okay, we got to figure out what block that is. Hold up, I think I can F3 and it'll show me what block I'm looking at. Targeted block 7, 201, 200. So it's at the bottom? It's player versus AI, kind of. Make it solid. Look it up. I can't say that much about it. Gotcha. Make it solid. Player versus AI is kind of. Okay, gotcha. Very cool. 7,200 negative 273. So just to clarify, that is in one. So that's the bottom. So it does have to be solid. I think you're right. All right, but that doesn't make any sense. What about the glass? Why is there glass? The parasites evolve over time if they get kills. Ooh, and this is all in Minecraft? So we're going to look at 5 more, I think, to fill up the inside of it. No, that sounds like a fun mod. Sounds like an incredibly fun mod. It sounds like it would make like a really cool, like not even a let's, but like a friend group hangout night kind of thing. Like you got a bunch of friends there and you're hanging out and you play it. What? There's no way it still doesn't work. It's still upset about 7,200, negative 273. So just so we're on the same page, that's this block, right? 7,200, negative 270. What does that block have to be? There's a Call of Duty. Okay, so I played like, what is it? Quark? Quark, something like that, like a Minecraft minigame kind of thing. And that was a lot of fun. The Call of Duty type mod, that does look fun. I think it'd be interesting if they integrated some of those more kind of out there mods into all the mods. That would be really neat. Okay. Maybe we need to go, let's how to build. That's what we're looking at. Each page for restriction on where each part is placed. Okay, all right, so here's what we need to do. We're looking for the waste injector. One and only one. Top face, not on frame. So this needs to go right on. The waste injector is the one that goes right on top. Is that the one I put there? Yes, it is. Let's go. We got one of them right. Let's do it. Okay. What? Oh, this is going to be the end of me, man. We got the waste injector. We know we have that one right. What are the other special blocks that we have? You. We're going to take you. Take you. That means I'm pretty sure that one's got to go there, though. The fluid injector. Let's go look at the fluid injector. Fluid injector. That is the wrong fluid injector. That is also the wrong fluid injector. Right? Or is that right? No, that's a reinforced one. None of those are right. Those are all reinforced. Are they ever played Cursed Walking? Is that like a separate game or also just another Minecraft mod? Because I've never played it before because I don't know what it is, but it sounds fun. Okay, so this is just the interface. We know we have that right. I wish this was alphabetized. It would make this so much more easy. That's not it. Minecraft mod, it's a zombie mod. Ooh, okay, no, I have heard of that. That's the one where it's like, where like you're in an actual like zombie apocalypse, right? Power port, one and only one. Any vertical face not on frame. We've got that. That one is where it needs to be. How did I miss that? How somebody? Not the one you're... Okay, so what is that then? Extreme... Fluid injectors. Yeah, this is one and only. Any vertical face not on a frame. So that can go anywhere. What about the reprocessor collector? I think that's the one thing I don't know, and it probably has to go in a certain spot. Reprocessor collector. Rotor bearing, controller, reinforced. Collector. Bottom face not on the frame. That's why it doesn't like this. That has to go there. Now what do we have here? I'm assuming this is going to go here. Hold up. If this thing is supposed to be solid, then we do that. We grab this, we put this back here. What are we missing? Is there a block missing somewhere? Oh, it does have to be hollow. Okay. It makes something stronger, add meat and some crayfish, come on, other stuff. Hey, that's cool. No, that's very neat. How to not slowly descend. For better or worse, you just have to get a better jetpack. I think all the Modium jetpacks and up, you don't descend slowly. Even diamond jetpacks, you descend ever so slowly. But I have an unobtainium one, and I have it set up with that. This is something to do once you get to that point with power. If you've got a lot of power, I need to turn F3 off. Get one of these guys with the flux network. So you get your flux point, which is providing power to all of these cables. Also add one of these flux controllers, which allows you to do wireless charging. So I have wireless charging going to all my curio slots, which are these slots in my inventory here. So my jetpack stays charged wirelessly using all this stuff all the time. 1 second. Okay, we did. Hold up. We did it. It's on. Oh, what a pain, but it's incredibly nice to have set up. So now we need one of those flux points that we were just talking about. Flux point. Gotta make these guys. Make another one of those. We're gonna go plug this bad puppy in. I think it needs power. I don't think it actually produces power, so. Got it. It's plugged in. And it's full of power. So all I have to do is put fluids in and it'll reprocess it. That's incredibly exciting. I think we're getting very close to having that next block for all the mods. Go look. I was just sent something I need to go look at really quick. My wife is sending me a house to look at. How many acres was that? It's pretty small and not a lot of land. You should try to escape and run mods. You know what? I think that's a good idea, and I think in general, there's a strong consideration I have to maybe try some fun mods, get a group of people together, and like we all play through like several different, maybe not a lot of mods, but you know, like if it was like a group, like we're fighting zombie hordes or trying to like survive something like that. Like there's one mod pack, I can't remember the name of it, but you start off where like you're in a plane crash and like your plane crashed and you have to like survive in the like a desert type environment. And I've always thought that that mod pack was incredibly cool and would be very fun to do with, like, you get like 4 or 5 friends together, set up a server and try to play through that. I think that would be neat. Or something like the stone block mod pack. That one's a lot of fun too. Or like, I mean, it's like Minecraft, but it's completely different. You have played that one? Okay, cool. Yeah, because that one's really neat. And I've always read about it, but I've never actually played through it. So getting a couple of friends together, that could be a very interesting stream and a very fun concept idea. That would be neat. We may have to try that at some point. All right. So we have the reprocessor. Let me go back to the beginning. We have a reactor. We don't have a turbine. Pumped in at the rate you can figure. We have to figure out how that induction coils. Inner workings. I don't really... really know. Pictures are good. Writing out what a turbine does is not incredibly helpful necessarily. Let's check on this guy. Yeah, he's still pumping, man. Look at that thing go. All right. Well, I have had a lot of fun on tonight's stream. I've really enjoyed it. We made a lot of progress. We got one more of the parts for the All the Mod Star. And we just have 3 left until we craft it, and then we're going to set off a nuke and blow up the entire world as like a final hurrah, a finale. So if you're interested in that, we're probably going to do that in like 3 or 4 days. I'm looking at maybe Friday or Saturday because I want as many people to be there as possibly can. Because I want it to be like a really big thing for like the community and those who have watched through a lot of this. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, I think I'm gonna end it there. I sincerely appreciate all you guys watching. Thank you guys so much. Again, I love streaming, and the fact that you guys are there and provide input and feedback and stuff back to me, and you know, you guys are engaged. It's so much fun. So I genuinely appreciate it, and so thank you guys. Yeah. So again, the plan is to blow up the largest nuke that you can get in this entire mod pack in the very center of our base. And then in the background have our wall of supporters, which is just people who have been there like from the beginning and have chit-chatted and provided input and have been hanging out the whole time. So if you want to tune in, feel free. Next stream, we usually pick one person each stream. Today we picked Hellcat American and added him to the wall. I think Adam was already on the wall, but so we're gonna create the star, put it in the middle, and set off a nuke right here and end it that way. Go out with a bang. So again, though, I sincerely appreciate all you guys for watching. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.